guys, we have welcome back to. I'm taking over my brother's spot because he's always late, of course. If I'm late, he'll yell at me. It's my younger brother. We have Manny Yusupov here. We grew up together in Main Street. We both went to the same system. He's the nephew of a rabbi in our community, Rabbi Shlomo Nisanov. We're here because we're trying to understand his views. We basically share almost the same views. Certain things we disagree on. So we're here with my father again to talk openly about Judaism or religion or whatever you want to call it. So, Manny, introduce yourself first. How old are you? Where are you from? Where do you live? Whatever, and we'll go from there.
Well, as you know, Manny, it's actually Yosipov instead of Yusupov, but which is a little different. Most of the Yosipovs are in Israel.
Yeah.
I do have some relatives here, but anyway, yeah, I was born and raised in this community. Although I grew up not so religious, became more religious in my teenage years, and then went to yeshiva and studied a lot and had a very frum phase. Wore a black hat for a while.
I remember.
Yeah, the good old days. I used to come to your shul, actually.
I remember.
I used to learn with Shmuel, the Yemenite
Shmulik.
guy. I loved him. What a guy. I remember. He moved to Israel, right?
Yeah.
So I used to learn there. Shortly after my life progressed, I got married. I had a beautiful, lovely daughter. I have a good relationship with her. But being a parent, started to put some questions in my head. What did I want to teach? What did I want to say? Well, and then I started to relearn some things, and this series of questions led me to a very different view. I'm a lot more secular, and I'm 33. You want to know my age? I still live in Queens. I love the community. I still keep a close eye on my fellow Yid.
Okay, so Manny, ask any question you want here. We're open to asking any question. It's going to be a debate, and it's okay. No, but we're not here to insult anybody.
No, I understand. What I would like to start off with is definitely if we want to talk about substance and good conversation,
Yeah.
I don't think there's a need to address credibility or history or meaning, whether you think I'm educated enough or whether I know enough. Let's talk about the substance of the conversation, not, oh, you're not a psychologist or you're a Rav and not a geologist. How would you, you don't have the right to talk about certain things. Because I notice a lot of Rebbeim do that. They say, oh, if you're not a Talmid Chacham, if you're not an absolute scholar in the Torah, which is obviously also something that is subjective, right? One person's scholar is someone's from yeshiva student, and someone else could think that he's not knowledgeable enough. But yeah, I want to just stick with good substance conversations about, there he is, actually about the conversation, not about the credibility of the messenger, essentially, right?
So we're going to start, Manny, start with any question you have. What do you, about anything? Nothing is off topic here.
Well, why did you guys ask me on?
Oh,
That's
so I
my
asked a
question.
very good
Why do you
question.
guys want to have me here?
So Manny reminds me of myself, just he's more of an extremist than me. Basically, we both were raised in the same way, whatever it is. Manny, a lot of people unfortunately are against him because of his powerful views and his questions, which a lot of people don't have answers to, which I believe. So when they don't have answers to your questions, I believe they just say stay away from him because he's a cancer that's spreading around the community. Instead of trying to understand you and listen to you and talk to you and maybe try to argue with you, they just tell everybody stay away, right? Which is
relatively.
wrong. And with our culture and our whatever it is, as humans, we don't throw people away, even if they're lost, and even if we don't judge people based on their beliefs. We judge you're a good person. You probably have questions which are understandable. So I want to bring you here to ask your questions, see if my dad can answer it because that's what he does for a living, and then we go from there, right?
Why not?
That's where is that correct?
I'm always open to having a good conversation.
Maybe let's start with the with the Bible, Torah, as we say. He believes it's written by man. You believe it's written by God.
Authorship בכתב?
Again, whatever. Yeah, we're talking about belief. That's what-
Yeah, בכתב. All
The
of
The
it.
one we
Torah?
read every Shabbat.
Every Shabbat, yeah.
Yeah.
He said it's
Chamisha
written,
Chomshei Torah.
it's written by man. You say it's written by God.
Which man wrote it?
There's a lot of, I don't know. I can't say that there's one specific guy, but there's a lot of different theories about who wrote it and how many people contributed to it. We know that the oldest untouched manuscript of the Torah. It only goes back to like the year 1008 or so, and it's the Leningrad Codex. It's in Russia.
Let me
That's the oldest full Torah we have. Prior to that, there's no,
just give me 1 second, okay?
You have as many seconds as you want.
Moshe Rabbeinu was born way after Adam Arishon, yes?
Yep.
So how did he know how was the creation and who was Abraham, who was Yitzchak, and the Mabul? Who told him?
Who told him?
Yeah.
I think it was all written after the fact. It was a story that was written way after the fact about the past. I don't think Moshe knew. I don't think Moshe knew.
He didn't know.
No, I think like there was the Jewish story evolved over time in Canaan, as Jews left Egypt.
So
it wasn't.
So who knew? Adam Arishon was created on a Friday.
No one knew. I mean, even Big
So who
Rebbeim don't agree to that.
What was created on a Sunday, on a Monday, on a Tuesday?
It was just a Yom Shishi Shabbat. They said
We
this
don't
is
know.
the day.
We
don't
believe
know.
what's
We
written,
assume.
right? We assume. Nobody
No,
knows.
but
You
if
don't
a
know.
person-
Nobody knows.
If somebody had the guts to write it, so everything is false. Who told you?
That's belief.
But you also can't prove
assumption,
it. You can't
right?
prove it's wrong, right?
Of course I can.
Of
How?
course I
How
can.
can you prove that Adam wasn't created on the sixth day?
That he wasn't created in the sixth
Yeah,
day?
like if he's saying that such a statement is so bold
Right.
that for a man to make it, it's obviously not realistic.
That Adam Rishon was created on.
Yeah,
on
like
okay.
it's such a certain statement, but I don't think that kind of logic even makes a statement unprovable. Rabbi Mizrahi says this all the time too. He says, because the Torah is so crazy, because it's so hard, it puts so many restrictions on people, it has to be godly, right? Because no man would come up with this idea. But that assumes so many things. You're assuming that someone connivingly thought of this in advance and said, I'm going to trick a bunch of people, but that's not what happened. It was a gradual evolution culturally. People had stories, how many times in yeshiva...
You see, you look at this like you opening a newspaper.
Okay.
But if you will know what's inside,
Mm-hmm.
you will not talk like that. How to live with a wife and who she is and what she calls for. It takes 2 psukim. 2. And you know everything what to do. No newspaper can do it, and no book can do it, no author can do it. He'll tell you what is the essence of a woman, what is the essence of a man, how the relationship will look, and even if you want to stand on your head, it's not going to change. Which book can write something like that? Which person can do it?
I can try to take it a step further if you want.
No?
Who created the man?
Who created the man?
Who created Adam?
Yeah.
Well, there was no... I mean, even Rabbi Jonathan Sachs, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, said that there was no... Adam and Eve was a metaphor. It wasn't like a first man. He believes in evolution, science.
Okay,
the
so
scientific
evolution.
story.
So let me ask you a question. You have a cup of water here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's make this cup of water ink. I have a blank sheet of paper here. I'm going to throw the ink in the air. Can it write me a sentence?
No.
So how do you want me to believe that evolution created forget about the human body? The grass, the ground, the rain, the
How did all this
clouds.
happen?
Dude,
It's a good question.
right.
And it's a heavy
So
question.
this is exactly why I'll call this today. Right? Because it's easy to throw out there when we're upset at everything. Oh, it's God's fault. I don't believe in God. God doesn't exist, blah, 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 which is great. It's the easiest, it's the most comfortable thing. Now, me, I believe only in God. And I believe that the Torah Shebichtav was given from God. And then Torah Shebal Peh, people decided, this is my disagreement with my dad. People decided, okay, how are we going to control this herd of whatever, sheep, they started putting rules around, right?
Yeah.
Because
Same fences.
yeah, like Shabbat, 95% is probably the Rabbanan, right?
Yeah, the Lamitet Melachot is
Right.
the strict part, and then the
But
rest was.
I
Just-
always, Dad, let me finish a second. When I question God, because you're talking to him about Torah, he's talking about how did Torah even become. So we're questioning. So I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
No.
Because you're asking him, the Torah says two psukim about women. Okay,
He's already asking before that.
Right. So
He's already.
so I'm
we're
getting
already talking
before.
about evolution. We're already talking about.
I mean, he's
before
yeah.
the Torah existed.
So I'm asking.
Evolution is such a stupidity.
Okay, but let's break it down. But Dad, you have to
can't
break
say
it
stupidity is
down.
part of science.
Dad, but
who
you
is the idiot?
that
you can't win an
that's
argument like
extremism.
that. But you
That's
can't.
extremism.
But now you sound like you can't win an argument like
Here we
saying,
go,
"Oh,
here-
you're
here we
stupid."
go. I'll give you a better idea. Let's put over here all the colors, okay? And I will give it this bang, and it will come out
like Picasso.
Picasso.
Yeah,
With
I
every
know this
detail, ככה,
analogy.
כזה.
There's an analogy like this.
מי המטומטם הזה? Who is the idiot? And they can say there's so many insects and so many
I hear
worms
you,
and so many
but
animals and so on. You know, Mal.
that's not. To see, the problem is with the assumptions you guys are making, right? You're saying if I take this and throw it in the air, evolution doesn't happen instantly. You're requiring an
Can they
instant
prove it?
magic. Yeah, I mean,
Can they prove it?
can they prove what?
That it was an explosion? It's a
Well,
theory.
they can't prove that it's an explosion per se. It logically makes sense. Like for example, with math,
It's a theory.
you can with math.
Even
though,
they'll tell you it's a theory.
with math, let me explain. Like, how can you look into the past, right? People say, how do you look at something now and assume the history of it? Because there's math, and math is fact. 1 + 1 = 2. There's no way around it.
Correct.
Okay.
Right? I can't say because if I see 1 plus and then there's blank, and then I see = 2, there's no way to say that that's a 3 or a 5. It's a 1. That's a fact. The same deduction of math, right? You can see how light travels. We can measure how fast light moves. That's how you have everything around you. When you take that speed and you measure the light distance from something else, you can subtract and make formulas to then assume, okay, with what we know now, and I can see it physically on this world, you just add a little bit of time. That's the same way they measure rocks and radioactive decay. So there's a science that's not just made up.
Okay.
They
Oh,
know
where,
that.
hold on, but where
Okay,
did it
okay, okay,
start?
okay.
How about forget
Okay.
it? One second. Where did it start?
I-
Who started this evolution?
I
Who
agree.
started? Who orchestrated this? That's my
So-
question.
So first and foremost, I'm definitely not the best person.
No, I
but
know,
I will still give you
we're
probably
trying
the better
to figure-
answer.
right.
The better answer from the community that I've recently heard, for sure. And the fact is, we all, religion and scientists, all come to one end and one final conclusion where, in the very, very beginning, both of us don't really know exactly how it started. There's theories about the universe, the Big Bang, yes. Why do we think it's the Big Bang? Because the universe is moving. We can measure a star in the sky.
Who
you look at
created
it,
the universe?
You see the point. 1 second. You see the point. You see it moving and shifting. Okay, you can only assume that all these different points, when you do immense math calculations, you see everything is expanding. So it must have been together at one point.
Let me ask
That's
you
where
Tell
it
us
comes
that.
from.
Tell us that.
a question. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, please.
That's a good speech. Okay.
He's getting saucy. I can tell this is.
Yes, yes.
That's the point. First
Okay.
part of it was
Okay.
going fireworks here.
A lady get pregnant, yes?
Yes.
How pתאום the heart and everything is starting to pump?
How does the baby's heart start to pump?
Yeah.
Through a process of mitosis and meiosis and cell regeneration and creation
Ask
that we've
a
had.
doctor.
Yeah.
No, ask a doctor. They don't know.
Because the doctors don't know doesn't mean that the Torah is right. A doctor, just because humans don't know how everything works, doesn't mean that suddenly the Torah has to be the answer.
But who knows?
If I'm not a doctor, for example, and I see a guy bleeding out,
Excuse me. If there is explosion, you have to explain everything.
okay, I will say that science doesn't have all the answers. I can admit that. But
So then it can't be the truth.
religion lacks more answers than science does.
Religion is not God, though. That's where I think your mistake is. There's God, and that's why I
Forget.
did this.
I
Religion.
probably even believe in
Forget
that. For
There's
religion.
God, but then there's religion that.
But the Hamisha, what I'm saying is even the Torah, right? The Torah has more fallibilities and problems than science does. And I'll give you my example, right? If a guy is dying on the street and I don't know how to heal him, I'm not a doctor. I don't know CPR as well as a professional does. But someone comes up and says, guys, let's cut his head off and he's going to be okay. I can say, yo, I don't know how to bring this guy back, but I know that that's going to make it worse. Don't do that. That's going to kill him. You understand? So this is the same analogy, and the religious argument is always, if you don't have all the answers, you must be full of crap, and let's go assume everything
But
else.
why we're going back to religion again?
I don't know why.
Religion doesn't exist.
Okay,
One God.
fine. Maybe God created the Big Bang.
We're going again. So then, atheism means that God doesn't exist.
I'm not an atheist, though. Let me specify. I'm not an atheist. I don't say God doesn't
Okay,
exist.
so you have questions. You're allowed to have questions. Everybody's allowed to have.
I say the God of the Torah doesn't exist.
You know what my question is?
What?
Why does God always want us to pray to Him? What is he, egotistical? What do you mean? Come pray to me.
I don't think he wants to.
You know,
pray.
like
I don't
come
think
to
he wants you
shul.
to pray.
Like what you want me to always? I don't want my kids to always beg me. But there's always questions
He
around
never
it.
said to pray to him.
He actually never
Three
did,
times the
right?
minyan.
But korbanot is.
That's the
But
Rabbanan.
Korbanot's different. I'm saying he never said to.
then again, dude, if you're God, why do you need me to serve you like this? It's an egotistical thing or what?
Okay, so what's your answer?
Then I don't have an answer.
Sounds like something. By the way, that
Guess
sounds,
what? I don't have an answer, and you're allowed not to have an answer. I'm learning it as we speak.
Sounds
I
exactly
speak to Dad
like
about it every
something-
day.
Sounds like exactly like something a man 3,000 years ago would have written down. A guy obsessed with honor and integrity, and obsessed with sacrifice, and obsessed with these concepts that old school traditional men believed in. Right? In order to get something, you need to give something. In order to have this beautiful life and to be subject to my greatness, you need to succumb and beg. Right? A man, how much easier is it to forgive someone if they're begging and they give you your honor and they show you respect?
Right. So
Same concept. It sounds exactly like
that's
someone,
a great question, Dad.
What?
Kiddu, like the same, he basically took my question and put it on steroids. Basically, he's like, okay, because I'm like, okay, Hashem, you're the Father, but why do you always have to do korbanot, sacrifice, beg, please forgive us, fast?
Doesn't he have everything already?
Yeah,
He's beyond
like
time.
I
even.
wouldn't want my kid to do that to me, beg me. Like, no, man, if you need it, just take. If I think you need it, I'll give it to you. If not, you don't have to beg.
Oh, very good. I'm glad that you bring it up. Because now everybody say, you owe it to me. Hashem says, I don't owe it to you. You have to ask. And we don't like to ask. Why? Because we have ego.
So all prayer comes down to ego. Is that what you're saying?
Hashem says, I have to teach you akarat tov. Where is your gratitude?
But we didn't ask to come here.
Huh?
We didn't ask to come here.
Yes.
Our neshama didn't say, hey, bring us to the world.
No. Then the neshama don't want lechem shel chesed. Okay? Hashem says, if you want to earn it, I'm going to send you to this world.
Okay, so why do some people
Go,
suffer when they ask?
Earn it, and come back, and now you deserve it.
Okay.
But see, it's a power trip game, then.
Huh?
It's a power
It's
trip
a
game.
constant. It's like teaching
What's
your
the
kids a
power
lesson.
No, Abba is
Yeah.
saying, what Abba is saying is basically, I love how I'm playing two sides of the coin here.
Yeah, you are. Very, you're
I'm
a
just-
mediator.
Yeah, I'm just like, what Abba is saying here basically, I think is that we have to show gratitude to God. Because we're alive,
Okay,
it's,
but
it's
what-
already
you
a
can
plus.
show gratitude
So my
our
question to God
way.
is, wait, hold on, I didn't ask to come here.
I mean, are we we pray our way? Thank
Back
you,
to-
Hashem. I have to go
back
back
to
to
this
shul
one.
with 10 with 10.
Back to this one.
yeah,
You see,
but
back to it.
Abba, this wasn't
I
answered.
remember this.
But
Wait a
Abba, this
second.
wasn't answered.
It wasn't answered. I have to give gratitude to my creator,
Yeah.
right? Okay, I'll give him to what I go to. Every day I drive in the car. I say thank you to my creator. You gave me a beautiful day. You gave me another day to live. I don't have to go to shul with 10 people who are just there as robots and do like this
So I'll
and do
come.
like this.
Yeah, like
and then go continue about my day.
There's
But
really
there's no way to think your creator. I think any way you think your creator is the same way. For example, a guy can't read Hebrew. He goes to the shul on Yom Kippur. He reads in English. Is his prayers accepted? Yes or no?
Yeah, of course.
But
Even a robot say
everything
yes.
is accepted.
That's what I want to. That's my point, Abba.
Everything is accepted.
That's our point. If that's exactly my point. I'm not saying that we have to show gratitude to our creator, correct? But then you guys came. I don't mean to say you guys. I mean
The religion.
Actually, the religious.
the
Rebbeim,
religious,
the
whatever it is, the
Rabbanim.
rabbanim came,
Chiliokim, no,
and they said
say
that
it,
this
no?
is the only way. If you don't go to minyan, do you remember this? If you don't go to minyan, your prayer is not going to be accepted.
Yeah.
To have
What
two
do you mean? You weren't
people-
told if you didn't put on tefillin in yeshiva, they chop your hand off
chop-
from
I'm
Mashiach.
just-
Nah.
This is my point.
It's
Okay,
not.
I swear.
I don't
I'm
have
like,
a question.
what?
Maybe he has a little bit questions about God. He's a little smarter than me.
But
I
he's
don't-
allowed to have.
I'm
We're
not
allowed to
smart.
have.
You're
We're
I
human
think he's more
beings.
Just
educated.
different perspectives.
I don't look at this stuff past. For me, it's comfortable to believe. For me, I like to believe. For me, it
I
makes
agree.
me
It
feel
was
better.
comfortable. I liked it.
You know, now that the more questions I ask, the more paranoid I become. Also, so I'd rather it's easier for me. I'm not questioning.
Yeah.
God.
We spoke about it here many times,
Yeah,
and I will repeat it again.
the
Just
same
for
repetitive
everybody
answer
to
though.
understand. If I have my own ways, right, so I can do whatever I want.
Why is your way right and true?
I say
and the Christian
thank
who
you.
goes on Sunday to
I
to
say
talk-
thank you anyway. I want, and you don't tell me how to say thank you.
correct, because it's very simple. Listen to what I have to say. Every religion has their own way of serving God. The Muslims go 5 times a day. We go 3 times a day. The Christians go on the Sunday mass.
I'm
they
not
go to the
talking
font.
about
They
the tefillot
spray
now.
water. They do this. They
Leave
do
this aside for
Okay,
a second.
that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about
No,
serving
I was
our
talking
Creator.
about way of life. Probably no.
I'm talking. Listen to me. You're gonna turn around and around. And the bottom line is, what you doing here? Why did you come for it? Okay.
to enjoy this
And where
life.
you going?
Nobody knows where we're going.
And that's it.
Nobody knows where we're going.
Nobody knows where
No,
you're going.
nobody knows where we're going. Hopefully, we go on there.
Yeah,
What do you mean? In
I've never
yeshiva,
heard-
in
I've never
yeshiva,
heard
we
a Rav
learned.
Give me a good answer for
Right.
what happens after this world.
They
So
bring
why
people
are
who
you living
claims they
for?
died and they went up in Shamayim. These people are probably on high on meth. I'm
No,
saying
you have dreams.
they
It's
have
just a
dreams or
dream.
whatever. It's
Hold
we
on.
don't- I believe that there's afterlife. We have to give din v'cheshbon to our Creator. Why? Because that's the way I was raised
Moshe.
and trained.
Siach Yitzchak, I'm saying. Or Yisrael, 2nd grade, Rabbi Zach's.
Yeah.
This is what we learned about Gehenim in 2nd grade. Okay, if you don't see a bracha. Dude, here, I'm just letting it all out. I don't care.
Which one? The shawarma steak? Or
Forget about it. The shawarma steak is nothing.
Yeah,
There's an angel full of eyeballs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. For every time you looked out in the city and you did blah 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 blah, you know the angel's coming to get you. I'm like, okay, that's hell. And then you're getting older and you're like, wait, it's embarrassment. It's like a feeling if you had the winning lotto ticket and then you ripped it. You know what? My question was when I was in like 10th grade, when I asked my Rebbe, my Rashiva then, if Hashem is our father, right, and he loves us so much, and Gehenim is fire, no matter how bad my kid's going to be, I'll never burn him alive.
Right.
Or dead.
Then why, and then God is such a Rahman, then why would he do it to us? The whole point of it I'm saying is that there's 1,000 answers to this.
Did you see once how they taught us who was Esav?
Yeah, he was red.
Bow and arrow,
Right.
and that's Esav.
I said was Tamid Chacham.
לא מנר ולא מקצתה.
He used to walk in the room. They say everybody would stand up for him because he was a
Because
Tamid
he
Chacham.
honored his
Beard.
father.
Yeah.
Because he
Yeah.
honored his father.
Up to it,
Yeah.
he was a twin.
Yeah.
Like you guys.
Kol Kol Yaakov.
Which one's Yaakov? Which one's
He
Esau?
asked Yaakov now. He asked Esau because to my father. How do we do it? And he goes behind
He
closed
just wants the
doors.
bracha. He just wants the bracha.
Me and Moshe switched
He's
roles
smart.
now.
He's playing the long game, this guy. Okay.
No,
I see
Moshe
the-
used to play the long game, then he went to the show like, I'm done with this. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to play.
אבל there is a tzura. How do you explain as a child, that don't have yet the capacity?
But we don't know. We believe. We don't know what's going to happen when we pass away.
No, there's a Gemara in Shabbat that talks about it. by the
Correct, but we still don't know. That's what I'm trying to say. I believe in it. I'm not saying I don't believe in it. I don't know.
I believe it's the worst place to be.
No, it's not.
Don't believe.
Our whole religion talks about belief.
I
Is there
don't
proof,
believe.
Abba?
I don't believe.
Is there proof that tomorrow
I
when you
know.
pass away?
I don't believe.
How do you know?
Ah.
You believe.
You can tell me stories now that you have 5 new cars in פה ושם. I said, you know what? He's a nice guy. Okay. פתאום הוא ילקם ויצא, אל תאמין לו. מה אתה מאמין לו? What are you going to believe him? That's it. I'm done.
Okay, so what's your proof then?
מה?
What's your proof?
We know.
How do we know?
Because
Every Mu-
and neshama cannot go to waste.
Every
It's
Muslim,
part of Hashem.
every Muslim, blowing
If you
themselves
say-
up, every Gazan, every Hamas terrorist that is fighting for freedom, they believe, they say they know the same way. It's
Extremism.
like what
Good for
is the
them.
point? We're all if we
They
just
should blow up.
if we,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they're
but-
doing it in the name of God, in the name of religion.
Listen,
So
not to-
in
not
their
to-
belief, that's
they're
that's
right.
what Hashem wants from
exactly.
them.
Like if this is if,
sacrifice
if
themselves.
we're just subjects of where we're
It has
born,
to be a belief, Abba. We don't know.
it's just a matter of
You,
where
you
you're born.
believe. The fact that you believe so hard, you think you know.
You see, I don't want to get into Shiur Torah now, okay? But we have part of God inside of us.
100%.
And if we're saying that a person after he passes away, I don't know what happened, so it means God is not existing.
Not true.
The neshama is not going anywhere. It go back, right where she belongs.
What?
I told you before, we don't belong over here. We are only astronauts. We came for a mission. When we finish the mission, the body will stay in the grave, okay? And the neshama will go back. Exactly like the astronauts. Did you see astronauts? Right?
Yeah.
They're going for a mission. Now imagine they don't making the mission. They see it all day long.
Each one has his own mission, Abba. Each astronaut has his own mission.
They have a
But
mission.
that's true, right?
They have a mission.
I agree with that.
100%. Each one has their own mission. Your mission as astronauts, one head guy goes,
7
looks at
guys-
the moon. One guy goes, puts satellites. One guy
7
goes,
guys
this.
in the shuttle. 7 guys.
Yeah, but Abba, what Moshe is saying, they each have a different position.
Yes. There is a captain. There is a co-captain.
Yeah, but he's saying that the whole mission is to go to space and come back.
Yeah.
Similar.
We're all going to space.
But
And
we're-
they
yeah.
tell you have to go out, put an American
Yeah.
flag. Okay, so here we go. They're going up, and they say, no, Rabotai, you have only 7 days. You have only 7 days. I said, we have time. Let's eat something.
No.
Eating, and from the bottom, I say, hello, that's not what we invested so much on you.
Yeah, you have something to do.
We're tired, okay? Then we have to do exercise. Then they have to clean the suit, okay? And then they have to talk to the lady there, over there. Also, a lady, astronaut, she excitement.
So you're saying they're wasting time, essentially.
That's only example.
Yeah.
Now, and they saying, we have to report to them all the time. Close the screen. Close the מבלבלים את המוח האלה. So say,
You get it?
okay.
He's saying, Houston is like, get the hell out of here. Close the screen. He wants to hear from the guy on the
Yeah.
floor.
So now they have still the radio. And they say, what's going on? They say, boy, now these people annoying what you have to pray 3 times a day. You have to give a report.
No.
Shut off the radio. Shut the radio off. Come on. No. But they have there. They press the button, and now they are in control. You cannot do anything now. And the shuttle is coming back. After they invested on them millions of millions, only the suit cost $25 million. Only the suit. Okay? And the training and everything else, who knows how much?
Yeah, it's very expensive.
What are you going to do to them? You.
What am I gonna do? Astronauts won't do
After
that.
all your investment,
Yeah, you fire him.
Hashem send you here for a mission. You don't belong here.
Yeah, but what's the mission?
And bravo. And the mission
So we have a
is
chief astronaut like you who says one mission. Then we
To
have another
look
chief
like a
astronaut by the
Jew.
Christian.
Yeah, and that
And
chief
to say-
astronaut says there's no kid.
That's why everybody hates
us.
us. That's why
And then this
everybody
one-
hates us, because they know we came for a mission.
Everybody came for a mission.
No.
Nah,
Yes.
Moshe, okay, hold on.
No.
There's a reason why the Jews are hated the most. Come on.
The reason why is just because we were the first monotheism.
But everybody says we're the
And
chosen
they
one,
thought
right?
we
What
killed-
did-
they thought we killed
Everybody
Jesus.
said-
What
No, they
did
thought
we
killed
do
Jesus.
to the
we
world?
did kill Jesus.
Jesus was first. He was a Jew. Everyone's
Right.
obsessed with him. So that started the
What
whole
did
trend.
we do to
And he did do his miracles, by
the
the way.
world? Only
and
good.
we always stood our ground. That's why throughout history we stood
Every
our ground.
instrument that you take in
That doesn't
your-
mean we're from God, by the way.
in
That's
your
just we're
hand,
very
All
stubborn.
human beings are from God.
that's a Jewish brain
Jew or not, we're all from God.
inside.
But the point is that
What do they want from us?
I'm sorry. I think we're
So we're not
Digressing.
fulfilling the mission. I say, I want to do the mission my way.
Again, we're going
the
back
point
to
is
this my
no. The
way.
point is none of these.
That's
without,
what you're saying.
Without proof that the Torah was from God, even if there is a God, you don't know that this is what He's telling you.
This,
My point is that God is
What do you
not
mean?
telling you any of this stuff.
then hold on.
He's not
This-
telling you any of this
Would
stuff.
you
Listen
hold
to
on?
me.
Hold on.
this
Would
is
you
going to come at my house. It will tell me 10 minutes and you knocked out. No need a referee. You're going to be out.
Where?
I'll
Where?
show you black and white. The Torah was given from Hashem. Everything is in there. Even you are there. Okay?
Mani, Memnon Yud. I mean, sure.
Everybody
I've
is
heard,
there.
I've heard a lot of the
But
examples.
hold on.
Nothing
Why?
has been
Okay,
convincing
I'm
remotely.
going to ask you a question.
Even
Abba.
the kashrut, even
Abba,
the four
let me
simanim.
ask him.
The four
Tell me a second.
simanim. none of
What?
it.
Abba, you're talking about religion. He wants. Hold on. Let me do this. You have a son right now.
Yeah, really.
Would you snap his dick off at 8 days old?
No. Snap his dick off.
Like breathe.
Would you
Ah,
breathe?
the Brits, sure, I'll do it.
Whoa,
but
whoa,
because-
whoa! Why? Do it in the hospital the day he's born.
Only because
Do
my
it in the
family-
hospital. Let's talk honest
I
now.
mean-
Do it in the hospital the day he's born.
Well, for
tradition.
The community, for the community.
What's tradition? Where tradition come from?
Okay,
My
that's it.
family
That's
is
all.
Let's
religion.
turn back. Abba, forget about the astronauts. Let's turn back.
I
now.
don't have to think they're
From
right
where-
to follow suit and
Hold
say,
on.
look, I just don't want a problem here.
But where did tradition come from?
From a bunch of
The
people.
eighth
prior.
day was written where?
From
Where was the eighth day
from
written?
peasants thousands of years
Oh,
ago.
so Abba Ravina was a peasant.
For sure, shepherd.
Our
actually.
forefather was a shepherd peasant.
yeah.
Okay.
That's actually
Okay.
a fact. He's a shepherd.
Okay.
They were
no
all
problem.
shepherds.
No problem.
Made some good money, bought some good real estate, but they were shepherds.
No problem.
Nothing wrong,
No
nothing wrong
problem.
with that. There's
Right.
nothing even insulting. I don't think.
Okay. That's your belief.
I think
That's
they
the
also-
beautiful part about this room. You're allowed to believe whatever you want to believe in, and you're still a
I
good
think it
human
was
being.
written down that he was a shepherd also, or something.
was,
like
it
that.
was.
We all were shepherds.
Yeah.
But then again, so then let's go back another step, right? So
Okay.
then Noah and
Yeah.
the Teva and Noah's Ark and the Mabul was what?
All
Stories.
story.
Stories. So
Yeah.
the Christianity
Stories.
believes in stories. Islam
Yep.
believes in stories.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Majority of the world is delusional.
Okay, we're
about
having
this.
intellectual conversation now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Somewhat.
All right.
Somewhat.
They believe themselves in stories.
Who believes in stories?
Every
Right.
other religion.
So you tell me one boring God, right, that doesn't exist, decided one day, you know what? How am I going to control mankind? Let me write a book, 5 of them, right? And then we're going to split it into 30 ways.
That's what he's saying. It can't be that God wrote it.
That's my point. He
That's his
didn't do
point.
that.
It can't be him.
Like how did all the animals in the world? How did all the animals in the world go into the Teva? It's just
They
impossible.
didn't.
And they stopped in Turkey in Hararat.
So let me ask you a
And
question.
then there's no kangaroos.
How do you wake up in the morning and breathe?
What?
How do you wake up in the morning and breathe?
Because I'm an organism with lungs and a
Who
whole system of
pumps that
functions.
breath into your lungs?
Nothing. It's
Let's
just
talk
a part
fact.
of your heart beating.
Who again?
a function
Who
of
beats
blood.
that heart, bro?
So you're going all the
don't
way back.
beat-
You're
of
going
course-
all the way back to
of
the
course,
Big Bang. So
of
I'm
cour-
gonna say, look, I'm gonna
but
say,
then again, who created? Hello, this somebody created, right?
Yes,
This
an
room didn't just
architect
fall here.
Yeah, but neither
Good.
does science assume that things fell into
Of course
place.
they did. What's the
It
Big
doesn't.
Bang?
It's
Pop,
not-
pop, pop, and
it's
it
not
and,
just
and
no. This is something that
Bro,
has.
let's talk
It's the beginning of
facts,
the
man.
universe. It's the beginning of the universe.
I'm telling you your problem. You taking religion and mixing it with God. You're like, oh yeah, God is bad.
That's
Wrong.
all I'm arguing.
I'm
That's-
cutting religion from God. Doesn't exist. Religion was made up right now. Let's talk about God.
Okay.
Only the one and only God.
Okay.
Okay?
What happened?
Forget about religion.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't believe he made religion.
Okay. So then, what did he do?
He made the world.
Okay.
He created humans. He created the trees. He created animals. He
Okay.
created the breath we take every day. He created. So me, if I'm doing that for you, you can owe me some type of gratitude, right? Imagine you have an employee. You invest everything in this guy.
Yeah, I would owe him something, sure. But then, how did God communicate that I owe him something?
God communicated through humans.
What is that?
There were prophets. There was Moses.
So
there
there's
was
religion.
Muhammad.
There's religion.
That's
right
where
there.
it started.
So
Again,
don't bring that in.
We're not bringing it
you're
in.
saying God
We're
and
not
religion
bringing it
are
in. But
separate.
hold on, the
moment
Torah-
you say Moses,
what are you talking about?
He's a religious
No, he's
figure.
not. He's a leader. No, wrong. He's a leader. We made him into a religious figure.
So he was just a person?
That's what it is. We decide who's our religious leader and who's not.
So who was Moses?
My
to you?
dad is, that's what you guys understand. I grew up with this, but he's a human being. The community decided he's their leader.
He's a god. Okay, so then
That's
who
what
was
community-
Moshe?
But for us,
So if
that's
he
what people are like,
didn't
oh,
say-
you're arguing with your dad? This is my father.
I understand.
So for Moshe
But
Rabbeinu,
if-
it was such a high level that he was able to communicate with God because that was his father. God is our creator. And there's, bro, it's facts
God's
every
all
single
our
day.
fathers, though. So
Exactly.
why don't we could all
But if he doesn't
communicate
exist, then
with
who the hell are we talking to?
him. Nobody.
So then
Well,
everybody,
we're talking to someone who just doesn't listen.
you know, you sound like the guy in the mental institution that says I'm Napoleon the Great, and everybody outside are a bunch of. I'm telling you. And my dad sounds the same way when he says religion is this way. We can't pull it both ways. You see, there's both extremes.
My point is, you say you're separating God from religion.
course I am.
But then the moment you start talking about God, you bring in religion.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
What-
Moshe
what-
Rabbeinu.
No, he wasn't.
saying anything.
What did he
about
do
him,
religious? Until
saying
Moshe
anything
Rabbeinu
about
did his Har Sinai, there was nothing to do with the Torah didn't exist.
The Torah is what talks about him. What historical?
But who wrote it?
Exactly? A bunch of people compiled it.
Can you
that
give me?
were
Can you
already
give me 5
observing.
people that wrote it?
I would say Ezra Sofer. We'll just throw that out there. Although
Ezra
there's
Sofer is
debate.
way after, bro. Come on,
No,
man.
Ezra Sofer was way later.
Way later. So you tell me
Exactly.
Ezra Sofer knew everything was going on from Adam and Chava and Cain and Hevel.
Yeah, it's all a story. None of that actually happened.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like saying Harry
Well,
Potter.
think about the
question,
Ten
one
Commandments, right? Somebody wrote it.
One question.
Someone wrote it.
Who's
much-
someone?
Way after the fact.
But who created that someone?
The guy
let's
who
go-
wrote it,
let's-
let me tell you, the guy who wrote it said 1,000 years ago this came down from God. That's how it was.
So the
written.
whole story
Simple.
that Moses broke the
Everything
Luchot.
was after the fact. That's
Okay,
my
okay,
point.
okay, okay.
Everything was after the fact.
Okay. Okay.
All right, he's like, settle down, guys. Settle
Let's
down.
hear,
No,
let's
because he's
hear.
gonna go back. The Torah says,
No,
that's not what we're talking about.
You know, the Torah says there is only 4.
Again, Torah. But we're not talking about.
No,
That's okay, let's hear it. What do you have to say?
People.
Maybe he gives some good wisdom
No.
that couldn't be from God. It couldn't be
People.
from any man.
Okay, people. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Let's take this route. Okay. How many simanim we have for kosher animal?
2, split hooves and choose a cud.
Okay.
But there's a word for it. They regurgitate.
Yes.
Ma'alegera.
Ma'alegera. Yeah,
Oh,
ma'alegera.
I forgot it too.
Umafris parsa.
Yeah.
There is 4
Species.
other ones
hmm
that have only one siman.
Yeah. Shafan, Arnevet, the
Okay.
Pig.
The one who wrote this book, according to you, I'm going now.
yeah.
He was in the whole wild world and he checked animal by animal. He went to every jungle and he was so yeah.
hmm How you're saying? How could it be that God, that man wrote
How
that?
man
How
knows?
did man know?
And
Okay.
what happened if they find a 5th one?
They'd be wrong.
The
And I would
Torah-
argue, and I'm telling you,
Then I'm going with you to Las Vegas.
Rabbi, get your tickets.
Okay,
We're
good.
about to go.
Can you
We're
find the
about to
fish?
go.
Can you find the fish with fins and scales, or
So
only fins and
Yeah,
scales?
yeah,
Right?
there's two actually, but you know what the trick is? What the Jews are so good at? Finding loopholes and finding how something really isn't
What?
something. I'll tell you why.
What?
First of all, Shafan and the Arnevet are still debated as to what they even are. The species don't know. There's no real translation of what the Shafan and Arnevet really were.
It's not
And one
what
of
we
them-
call them.
And there's an argument about Ma'alegera because the Shafan or the Arnevet, I forget which one, doesn't actually do Ma'alegera.
No.
It it vomits, and there's a difference between Ma'alegera, which
It's
is
not the
regurgitating and
shafan
not
that we
throwing it
know
up.
today. It's a different one.
That's exactly what someone would say
Yeah,
when
yeah.
they were proven wrong, and then they said, "You know what? How do I fix this? I'm going to say that the species."
It wasn't me.
It wasn't. It's exactly. That's exactly what it is.
It wasn't
right.
me.
They make a claim, and first of all, one thing I'll say again: this doesn't even refute the Torah because the Torah didn't say that these will be the only 4 species. I looked at the language. It says of these 4 that have one of the signs, you can't eat them. It never said that there will never be another 4.
That's
It doesn't
the
use that
language
language.
of the
It
Torah.
doesn't use that language.
So you don't
look
know
at
the language of the Torah because
I
you have-
just looked at it recently.
because your mind became like a mind of a goy. And that's how you think now. Okay.
No, even
Oh,
Abba, I'm
too-
sorry.
ah,
Abba,
I'm
most
sorry.
Abba,
I'm sorry. I
Abba,
eat too much.
One second,
Abba,
one
hold
second.
on. I'm sorry. I
But
disagree. Most guys
but-
don't think like that too.
But 1 second, let me just
Abba,
say.
most guys don't think like that.
If the Torah
One
says
second.
4, meaning there is no 5.
Abba, the same
You
thing
can
with fish.
That's an assumption, though. That's an
No,
assumption,
that's
right?
the rule.
Even if
So
it's
find
saying
one,
this,
Manny.
But my point is, there are others.
Find
there,
it.
There are others. There's this like baby. I forget the name. It's a kind of moose baby.
Did you see
squirrel.
it?
Yeah,
Which
I didn't
one?
see
Did
it
you,
myself
how do you know it exists?
because I'm not
Because
a
it's comfortable.
zoologist.
There is a clown.
Because it's
I'm not a
comfortable.
zoologist.
Because it's
Again,
comfortable for
again.
your
No,
vision.
just
Oh,
look it up. Look
find
it up.
it.
You can look it up
But
online.
find it for me and show it to
Again.
me.
I will. I'll show it to
Then
you after.
I'll believe you.
But
בכלל
there is
אין
more.
אתה שומע עליו. בכלל אין אתה שומע עליו. Okay? If the Torah says only 4, there is only 4, there is no 5.
Let's say that's the case. The
And-
point is,
and
the
I
Torah
have some
makes
news for you.
Same thing with the snake and
They
7
make
years
the
pregnancy.
categorizations vague. One
know-
of the shafan, or which is it? The shafan or the arnevet does not do ma'alegera.
You
It
know,
does something else.
The church,
So that's where the
they
loophole
were
comes.
searching already for
And,
years.
and if you want to broaden the
They
term
cannot
for
find
ma'alegera for things that vomit, there's other animals that do that. The koala does it. The capybara does it. They also do ma'alegera, and they don't have split hooves. Where's the categorization for them?
There is ma'alegera, what the Torah means, chewing, chewing a card, all right? And all the shemot that you see now, not
Not the same
necessarily,
shemot that were in the
yes.
past. But do you see how
Because-
this is an easy loophole? Do you guys see my point?
Everybody has the loophole. Also,
But that's my point. That
your
this is
side has
not. This
loophole,
isn't a
right?
bomb kasha. This isn't like a slam dunk.
I'll give you a slam
This
dunk.
isn't the slam dunk that says, "Oh, because of this little thing that has subjective
But who
interpretations."
will write something like that?
Someone who thought they knew everything about the world but was wrong. That's it.
Like you?
Yeah, sure. I'm wrong. I'm wrong in many ways.
Oh, good.
I'm just saying, I see the patient dying.
least
I
it's
know
a-
cutting his head off doesn't save him.
For sure.
That's my point, right? I don't have to know everything to know that this is wrong. That's the point. And I think everyone should understand that.
Are you talking about Akidat Yitzchak, like how weird it is that Adam had, like Hashem told Avram to
No, that was
sacrifice
just a
his kid?
metaphor. I'm just giving a metaphor for the fact that people say, oh, because you don't know everything, you can't know this and this is, and that's why this is right.
Ah, that's wrong. Right.
That's
I
you
agree
see what I'm
with
saying?
you,
It's like
right.
it's like because I don't know how to save this guy doesn't mean that cutting his head off is the right thing to do.
Okay.
That's my point. That you can't just use that kind of negative to prove a positive.
Ah, but isn't it true that fish also only have fins and scales? They can't have one.
Nachon.
So then let's look all over the world and find one that doesn't have.
No,
Well, there are
but
plenty of
Hashem,
fish.
According
what
to
he-
him, the one
By the way,
who
that's a
wrote the Torah
Gemara.
has
That's
to-
a Gemara. That's not in the Chamisha
So,
Chumshei
but
Torah.
it makes the Torah even stronger if the Gemara says and he still can't find the
That-
snake.
no,
The
no,
snake
no,
pregnant for 7 years.
what it
The scientists didn't believe in it. You remember?
What
Snake
it-
for 7 years.
what's
No. Then they said, "Oh, right, the Bible is right.
What do you mean? What is
The snake is pregnant for 7 years."
okay?
Science in the beginning didn't believe it
even
was
know.
7
How
years.
do we even know that? We don't know
Moshe,
the
you
claim
know how much
that
I
science
learned
thought
in
it
my
was
ninth
wrong.
grade?
People don't know what that's not a claim. My point
It's
is
a fact.
you know what the Gemara also said? The
Can-
Gemara
can you
says that the
dispute one
male
Torah thing?
that the male hyena transforms into the female hyena. That's what the Gemara says.
Well,
You know
today's
what the
happening.
you know what
It's
the
happening
reality-
today as human beings.
you know
The
what
male human
No,
beings
no, no, no,
that
you
came
know-
from monkeys
you
are
know-
transferring to
You
women.
know what the
No?
reality is? Female hyenas have an erect sexual organ that sticks out. They have an external vagina. That's female hyenas. What did the rabbi say a long time ago? They didn't know any better. They looked and they said, "Oh, this must be a
But
male
that's
that
the way-
transforms."
That's
It's straight in the
but
Gemara.
that's the way you interpreted it.
And another thing, lice. They thought that lice comes spontaneously. They didn't know that lice was a real living insect, which is why, and the Shulchan Aruch interpreted this, you can kill lice on Shabbat. But the fact is, it's an insect, it's a living thing. It doesn't just
You know, you can also
come
kill
out of nowhere.
cockroaches on Shabbat if it's bothering you. I don't know who taught you you're not allowed to, but
bothering.
Take
It's
some
all- it's
time
all
out,
Makom, you let it do.
okay?
Take some time.
You know, a person is judging the world, like I'm going to him, okay? I say, I have a diamond to weigh. He says, okay, throw it on the scale. Who said that the scale is on a zero?
You have to. I don't
you
know.
see it says 0-0.
One.
Yeah, I assume you would see it says 0-0.
I'll go to this one. It weighs a point more. I'll go there. It weighs point less.
Okay.
Right?
But the weight of the diamond won't change.
How
You
about
can have that as
if I'm
starting
going
point.
to him, I say, "Can you wait?" He takes the diamond. It's 1 carat.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy it.
You want to buy it, right?
I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't sell it to him either.
Good. Okay. So
Okay.
now, every person have a scale. But the scale, if it doesn't point 0, everything is off. Now you come with a theory that the Torah is off. So your scale is totally off.
Hmm.
No? Just
Okay.
to teach you something. You know?
I'm open.
How about in
I'm
your
listening.
eyes?
You're off. So go, you have to find point 0. Why? Because you're not going to do something that you're not interested in, right?
Sometimes I do things I'm not interested in
Okay, but
for a purpose. You know?
again, but you're going to be excited for it? No.
Probably not. No.
Good. So your scale will adjust itself only on something that interesting you. Him interesting him is a diamond, so his scale he will make sure that every time the scale is on a 0.
Okay. Yeah, he likes diamonds.
And he will not
He-
let you put tomatoes on this scale. He say, this is not for tomatoes.
I
You took everything, the tomatoes, the cucumber, the diamond, everything, and you want to put it on a scale that off 0 בכלל, and you say, that's my theory.
I deeply respect you. I just don't see how this relates. How does this say?
I'll tell you why. I know that you're not gonna like it. But
You could
have to
tell
like
me
it.
I'm Mishuga, whatever. You could
No,
say yes.
it's not Meshuggah.
It's not sugar.
Or we can disagree. What is it? I'm not.
Right, you're allowed to disagree too, by the way.
I love disagreeing, by the way. The Torah thrives on disagreement.
Today, if you disagree with somebody, you have to you can't talk to him.
You
Why?
No, I'm not, we're not cancel culture here.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm not here to waste my life. Okay?
Mhm.
So now, either I'm the crazy one, either it's you. Take your pick.
Yeah, but
I personally
okay.
pick myself, and
Okay.
you pick yourself,
Okay,
and that's
cool.
fine.
Exactly.
I think that's beautiful.
Again,
But why
You
does
can
it make
say
the other
whatever
one
you want.
crazy?
Don't make the other one
I
crazy. if-
see. I'm not the
Why
one who's
does it-
saying
right,
that.
but why?
Yeah.
Exactly.
See
but
who points the
I
fingers?
agree with that, but
I
why
don't
does it
think
make
so.
somebody crazy?
I just
Abba?
think he's passionate
This is
about his
look.
beliefs.
I'll tell you what I
When
think
you're
the problem
wasting
is.
your life,
Bro,
For you, it's wasting
for
life.
you.
For them, it's not.
I mean,
Abba,
I will probably say that religious people
I think the same
are
thing.
probably wasting some things, but as long as you're doing good things, like I didn't need religion to teach me that porn was bad. I know about the brain and the way it works, and I know that abusing certain pleasures makes you habituate to those pleasures, and now your standard becomes like this. I didn't need the Torah. I learned that from science. Your dopamine receptors respond to a certain scaling measurement so that you can appreciate getting 100 on a math test the same way you can appreciate an orgasm. These things need to constantly adjust, and one needs to not abuse pleasures and eat whatever he wants all the time
You
or touch
already
every
by
girl he
the-
wants.
I
didn't need the Torah to teach
by
me
the
these things, though.
porn. You could already pass all the.
What?
By us, it's not even coming close to it.
I mean, I don't know. What do you mean?
They're
I
the
know-
porn stars.
I know. I'm just saying, I know plenty of religious people drinking alcohol every Shabbat, even when they see it's not a problem, even when they see it's a problem for their bodies.
Doesn't make it right.
I didn't need, my point is that
Everybody have
religion...
Yetzirah, but it doesn't mean that it's not emet. They
Pesach
have the
teaches-
problems, but why are we going there? Stay here, okay? Please.
because it's comfortable. It's comfortable.
Going where? Going where?
I know,
What's
I
see,
comfortable?
I know.
I think
I
it's
have-
harder to
hold
live the
on.
life of the way I live.
No, it's not.
It's much harder.
No, it's not.
Much
100%.
harder.
No.
Much harder.
Unless you live for other people, bro. Living the
see?
life you guys live is the easiest life
It's
to
not
live.
at all.
can
You know
They have
why?
to eat, like, live for each other.
Hello.
No, you know why it's easier?
you
Because
guys-
you have
Hello.
someone writing down telling you what to do. Hey, Rebbe, my wife and I are fighting. Who's right, who's wrong? Thank you. And then you go
What do you
slap
mean?
her
But
and
you guys
go.
went to the shrink.
Well,
You guys
I don't go to a shrink.
Dude, when
I
we
don't
were
run to a
when
shrink,
we were
though.
growing up, if we went to therapy, like, shh, don't tell anybody. No one's gonna get married to you today.
Okay,
if you
and
don't
what
go to
was-
therapy,
What was a shrink telling you to
you
do?
see. But then again,
He didn't tell you to
bro,
go
I'm
pray
gonna tell
it
it
out.
to
He's
you
like,
as
hey.
it is. You're hurt from religion, so you're putting it on God.
I'm not.
Yes,
Though. I'm not. Though.
yes.
That's an
Again, you're
assumption.
confusing.
What makes you think
You're
I'm hurt?
confusing. You're confusing because there's facts.
I didn't kick
and
people
then-
out
and then
of a shul. I didn't kick anyone out
so,
of my house.
bro, I was kicked out of my house.
I
so
was
what?
kicked out of a
It
shul.
doesn't make a difference. I was kicked out of my house. So what? That has nothing to do with God. That's what people don't understand. It has nothing to do with God.
That I can
And people
agree
are
with.
mixing it.
That I can agree
And that's
with.
why I started this
But
podcast.
both of you are getting back to religion in some
Not religion.
Not the same. You
Forget
are.
about religion. You look at it as religion.
religion is?
Hold
What
on.
about
Hold on.
religion?
Judaism is not religion. Abba, hold on.
We were
Abba.
just talking about the four simanim.
Hold
for
on.
example.
Judaism is
That's
not a religion. It's a way of life. And that's everybody's mistake.
What is the way of life then?
The
Tell me,
Torah
what is-
says it.
The
The
Torah-
Torah
Exactly.
writes
Again,
it.
go back to
No, it's
religion.
not.
That's
No,
what-
the rabbis. No, hold on, hold on. Who made morals? Who made morals?
Doesn't matter.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
One
whoa.
second.
People.
Who made people?
People.
Why can't they make more? We follow their morals, right?
People.
That's fine.
People.
But when God says this to do it, oh, whoa, don't tell me what to do,
What
right?
do you mean?
But what do you
If
mean?
God-
There's a book. There's 5 books of morals. Morals. The
Okay.
Torah talks about morals.
You know what
Does
it
talk-
says?
It says Shabbat, don't lie fire. It
It
doesn't
says,
say
it
the
says
don't
if you're gay, you got to be stoned to death. It says if you're a woman who is a witch,
Guess
you got to
what?
kill her.
Back in the
Sorcerer,
days,
kill
well,
her.
guess what? Back
You know
in
what
the
else
days,
it says? If your son is off the derech and he's
Yeah,
eating
Ben
something-
Soror Moreh,
he's
you have-
eating-
yeah,
Ben
yeah.
Soror, you kill your son. And instead of coaching him, he's 13 years old.
Guess what? Back in the olden days, that's what was done.
So it was clearly
Did you learn
subject.
psychology?
It was
Did
clearly
you learn
subject.
psychology?
Yes.
What was the first? Do you know what they think did the first patient in psychology? How do you think they realized about him? They drilled a hole in his brain.
They took an ice pick and shoved it in his eye.
No, and today if you do that, what happens? You're a sadist, sick. I don't want to say what.
We both agree that they were all wrong. The problem is the people.
they weren't.
the-
That's how they
the
discovered
problem is
psychology.
the religious people are starting to think, we had it right back then.
Of course we
At
did.
least the scientists are humble and saying, whoa, we were
The
wrong
Ju-
back then.
not
and we're getting
religious.
better.
Again,
You just said it was in the Torah. How's that not
what was it in the
religion?
Torah? The
You
Torah
said
is not
the Torah's
religion.
morals.
Again, Judaism is a way of life, not
So you
religion.
you admit, though, that it changes. That
Of
it's
course, the
subject to
rabbis-
change.
of-
So
no,
then it's
no, no, no,
people.
no, no.
How can God have to change?
No, but that's what I'm saying. I follow the Chamisha Chomshei Torah.
So do you stone gays?
I don't stone. It's none of my business what gays do. That's God's job.
But the Torah
That's
says
God's
it,
job.
the Torah says
Hold
it's your
on.
business.
When you keep all the mitzvot of the
Torah
Torah,
says
then
it's
you
your
go
business.
stone gays.
The
Okay, when you do
Torah says it's your
everything,
business.
bro. Let's have a again.
If someone violates Shabbat, do you kill him? He's karet.
What's violating Shabbat for you?
Breaking one of the Lametet Melachot.
What? No, that's not all right. Hold on. The
If
Torah
you
doesn't
lit
talk
a
about
fire.
Lametet Melachot. Again, you're running to religion now, not me.
doesn't.
You're running to religion. Torah says fire. The rabbis came in Lametet Melachot. Forget about
That's
Shulchan
true.
Aruch. Talk about.
So then now
guy,
you have to tell me how
Chamisha
you interpret the
Chumshet
Torah.
I don't interpret it. It's the way of life. You know what? God, you have a car, right? You buy a Mercedes. There's a manual, right? There's
That's
a book.
true, that's true.
That's our manual.
Not for him.
Even Rabbi Yigal.
Okay,
Even the
that-
Rav.
no problem.
Not for him.
For
Even
him,
the Rav.
okay, no
I'll
problem.
take it.
But don't say it didn't come from God.
Even the
Don't say
Rav.
it, Asul.
Even the Rav would say.
It's religion.
Even the. Even
It's
the
not
Rav-
religion.
Even you
The
would
guy
say, without the
puts Coca-Cola
Mishkan,
inside.
without the words of the
Listen.
Mishkan, we don't know what the Lamitat Melachot
Listen to
mean,
me.
right?
But why are you running there? Hold on, Abba. Why are you running there? We're going back to the beginning about God. Forget about Lamatet Melachot. Doesn't exist. It's bullshit. Everything bullshit. Okay? Let's not run Lamatet Melachot. Bereshit bara Elokim teshamayim v'ta'aretz. You don't believe in that. Who created the world?
Correct.
You see?
Abba,
The
wait.
world- the
Abba,
world-
wait.
the
You had
world-
a
second.
Who
Wait.
created?
The
Abba,
universe
you're
was
going
not
back
created. The
to.
universe always existed.
Oh.
It always existed.
So what was it before this?
Nothing. There was no before. Time existed in relative to
Wait,
space.
There's no such thing.
no,
You telling me?
no,
Hold on.
no.
You telling me this existed?
No.
Somebody made
That
this,
was
right?
created after.
So
but
who?
in-
Again, this box somebody created.
But the
The
universe-
universe is a box.
If you're gonna say that,
It's
then
a round.
No. If you're gonna say and apply that everything.
Then who
needs-
created God? If someone
Correct.
created God, then he's not a
Correct.
God.
Exactly.
If
If, someone created the universe, then
that's
it's not
what
the
shows
universe.
you that there's only one
If it's not-
person.
if it's created, it's not the universe. The universe was always in existence.
Do you have a soul?
No.
So you're a deadbeat person. You
No,
have
I
no
just don't have
soul.
a soul.
You have no soul.
I just don't.
Okay,
have-
so then if you die, then what happens?
nothing happens.
What do you mean? Doesn't think
Just like
about it.
before you were born.
But because it's not
Just like
again,
no.
because
Just
he's
like,
not. He wants to
I'm
have
very
intellectual
comfortable.
conversation. So
Then
let's talk
What
facts.
happens?
We don't know facts. What happens
course
when
you
somebody
know facts.
dies?
What happened before you were born?
No one knows. We were
What happened
souls.
before you were born?
We were souls.
Were you waiting in the sky?
We were
attached to
according-
something.
according-
while Alexander the Great was conquering the world 3,000
Who said
and so years
who
ago.
said the Great Conquered the World? Maybe it's a made up story. Social studies. Maybe it's all made up.
Okay.
Oh, that's comfortable.
When Hitler was
Who said the
destroyed-
Holocaust
One
happened?
second. When
Who said it
Hitler
happened?
was- we have
Survivors.
evidence.
What do you mean?
We have archaeological evidence.
Hold
We
on,
have
but they're
people
going to
that are
die in
alive.
10 years and people are going to deny it.
We have
Because it's
written
com-
records of them. We have written records.
Correct.
They
And
wrote
we have
things
written
down.
records that the Torah was given by God to Moses. It's just not comfortable for both of your narratives to believe
There's-
it.
Wait, no.
Yes.
There's written
yes.
records. There's written
it's not
records.
comfortable
Hold
for your
on,
narrative.
hold on.
Be
There's-
honest with it.
There's written records that are verified.
saying Emet.
One second. Ben, listen. There's written records
I-
that are
I
verified.
feel-
There's
What written records?
There's written records.
You saw the
One second,
Holocaust?
One second.
You saw
One
it?
second. No.
So then how you say it's true? Because some
I'm
old
not-
bitch tells me it's true?
I'm-
No, be honest with me.
I'm
Some
not-
old lady tells me it's true, so it's true?
I'm not saying.
Ah.
I'm not saying.
Who said Benjamin Franklin created the
I'm
lightning?
not saying that because I saw it. It's
It
real.
fits your narrative.
If no, it doesn't. It
it does.
actually is very inconvenient
Why?
to have all these truths
Why?
because it makes me realize that I need to update my life and to get smart in order to know how to live well. Another
How can you
point
be
is-
smart?
And you know what? It would be really
Why do you
nice.
have to be-
It would be very nice to see my grandfather when I die. It would be amazing to go and hang out and dance in some field with all the people.
Who said that's gonna
You know
happen?
what the hard truth
Who said
is?
that's gonna
It's an
happen?
exaggeration.
You know
I'm just
what?
giving an example
Okay.
of all these things. The Gemara says a whole slew of things.
Again, we're going back to
that-
the Gemara.
that-
I
I'm
were
just
you-
giving an
Leave the
example.
Gemara.
I'm giving an
If I
example.
were you-
There's no other answer then.
If I were
Exactly,
you,
because that is.
if I were you,
Yeah. What would you? I want to hear him 1 second.
listen, if I were you,
I haven't heard this voice in a while.
listen to me. If I were you, Habibi, you and the horse, we will do fine. You are on the same place.
The horse?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because you're going to work, horse also going to
Yeah.
work.
We're not
Yeah,
that far off.
Sex, the horse have sex also. Don't need a wife to ask him where were you, how much money you making.
But that's the thing. I
But
still
it-
believe in a wife. I think a
yeah,
wife is
but-
a beautiful thing. I think companionship is
Who
great.
told you what?
You have to get married.
Crazy?
Live with her. Why are you getting married?
Well, you know,
Giving her half your stuff?
Actually,
You're giving
I
your
think you
freedom
guys, you
away.
guys used to say many
Don't do
wives.
this,
Now
don't
you
do
changed it to
this.
one
Don't
wife.
get married, don't get married.
At least I'm
do us
consistent
a
across
favor.
the board.
Do us a favor. Don't get married. It's not for you.
I am married
Okay.
already though, and I love it
Good.
for the second time.
It's okay, bro. It's okay, man. You don't have to be
And I
ashamed of
love
that.
it. I'm having,
Don't
I'm,
be
I'm
ashamed
having
of
a great
that.
time.
We'll talk in few years.
We'll talk. We should, by the way. But what I'm saying is, Ben, you're saying
No.
Okay.
Listen to her.
But don't go back to religion. I'll go back.
I know,
to,
he always goes back to the Torah where I'm trying to get away from it.
brainwashed.
No, we have to get back to this whole. How
I'm
does the
not talking
Holocaust
in
exist?
Torah.
Like that's crazy.
No, I'm not asking about how the Holocaust exists. I'm asking
not
that
talking
because some
Torah
lady
because
said it
that-
happened doesn't mean it happened.
You-
Same thing with
what
Benjamin
you're-
Franklin and
what-
everything
What I'm
else.
saying is there's numerous objective, independent sources that are verifying it happened.
What
The
happened
Torah,
Same thing with the
you're
Torah.
using the Torah to verify the Torah.
No.
What you-
it's coming down.
One
from
second.
generations.
No, there's no one.
In 30
Leave it
years,
alone,
but
no.
hold on. In 100 years, no one's going to believe the Holocaust existed. It's happening now already. When the survivors die, people are not going to believe it
No, there's-
existed.
Yeah, but those
People
are
are gonna think
irrational
like you.
people. Those are irrational.
Yeah,
people.
fair. So you're irrational by thinking the same way
I
you
don't
think.
because the Torah because you're
why are
using,
they irrational?
Because your example is you're using Harry Potter to prove that Harry Potter existed.
Harry Potter-
It says in the book. Look at the
No,
Sorcerer's Stone.
no.
There's a magical place on a platform in London, and you just got to go to 9 3/4,
1 +
and
1.
it's there. You know, but that's the point. If you're saying the Torah exists because the Torah was written and a bunch of people believe it, that's not proof. Show me evidence from other sources that have no relationship to the Torah. Like Julius Flavius, some Roman scholar and scripter who wrote around the times of the Gemara, he actually wrote stories about the Tanaim and the Amoraim, so we can know they existed.
Hold on.
That's more
So it did exist or it didn't exist?
what?
The Tanaim Amoraim didn't exist or
They
did exist?
existed, but the things they talk about
How they have all that power? Where's that power
not.
today?
That's my point. It's
What do you mean? So how did
exaggerated.
Jesus walk
That's
on
my
water?
point. It's exaggerated.
Bro,
It's
Jesus
a
was
story.
Mechayem Metim.
It's a story.
In your
Okay.
eyes, it's a story because it's
exaggerated.
comfortable for your narrative.
Back-
It's not comfortable for
Yes, it is.
Back
'Cause
to the
according to
scale.
you, America was never discovered by Columbus. Whoever discovered America, Columbus.
No, it was.
It's a myth.
It was.
It's a
because there's
myth.
numerous works.
That's
from
what's
people
comfortable
from
for
Spain,
America.
From people
Oh,
from England.
and there's
from
numerous
Portugal,
works. There's rabbis.
different-
You know what? And there's Tanaim from here, Tanaim from there. Numerous people that wrote about the Torah that was handed out. It was handed out to them.
No,
You-
they
you
wrote
don't-
their own little stories about
according
their
to your
interpretations
again.
of it.
So they wrote the whole little story about Benjamin Franklin.
The fact is, they wrote things that could not have possibly happened.
Like what?
Like the fact that someone brings people back from the dead.
Didn't happen?
Never happened.
Okay.
Not a single
Okay.
time.
Jesus did
Not
it.
even
Jesus
one
did
time.
it.
He didn't do it.
Okay.
He didn't do it.
So
Okay.
how did they point him as God then?
Right.
They just thought he was
Bro,
a
come on.
fantastic person.
Bro.
Back
Bro,
then,
this-
first of all, think about how
Stop.
little we know about science today. Can you imagine how much less they knew? If someone fainted and then someone just went, yo, and slapped him, and he got up, they're like, yo, he just brought him back from the dead. They probably didn't know anything
And
like that.
again,
Even in the Gemara, by the way, there's an example. There's
Bro.
a halakha that we extract from the Gemara. If you find a rubble, debris, a building collapses, and there's a body, right? And you uncover the rubble. It's asur on Shabbat to really move these things around. But if you think he's alive, you can then violate Shabbat to pull him out. But what did the Tanaim say? If you see his chest and his heart and his chest is not breathing and he's not moving, the guy's considered dead. You don't have to continue, right? Stop because you don't want to be Mechalel Shabbat. But why didn't they know anything about CPR? They clearly didn't know anything about the anatomy and function of the human because even if his chest is not moving, you
Of course,
could
you know about
press
CPR.
and
Happened
kiss
to
and
be
all that.
20 minutes after he's already dead.
But the point is they could have saved the guy. He's not dead.
Let me
The
ask you a
Gemara was
question.
wrong in that capacity.
Let me ask you a
So,
question.
No,
Are you-
what are you saying? What are you saying?
I'm saying that the Tanaim were wrong
You
about
know,
the fact that.
So everybody was wrong and you're right.
Mm-mm.
The scholars,
wrong. I'm
the
just
Roman
less wrong.
scholar
I'm just
writing.
less
Hold on,
wrong.
hold on. The Roman scholar
less
sitting
wrong.
butt naked, getting in. I don't want to say what, writing his stuff. That's
Yeah.
fine. We believe him. But the rabbi said that this is what
Because
the Torah
the
he
Ro-
got. No,
Because
no,
the Roman
it's Judaism.
scholar,
No,
because the Roman scholar is not saying a bunch of all.
He
the
believed in
animals
Jesus.
the world, all
He
the
believed in
animals.
Jesus.
He's wrong then too.
oh, but you
I'm
believe his
agreeing.
writings. But the rabbi can be wrong, but you can't believe his writings.
No,
But the
no,
Roman
there-
scholar, you
You
can.
can say anything you want to say. There's a law, just a standard logic that you need to say. I could say monkeys poop pigs. Monkeys have pigs come out of their ass. You could say these things, but there's got to be some verification there. Okay, monkeys climb from trees.
So
This-
verify for me. Verify. You have a brain?
I think so.
You ever saw it?
Do I see?
Did you ever see your brain?
No.
Verify it exists.
I can verify it.
Show it to
exists.
me. Put it on the table. I
I
want to
can't-
see
I
it.
will
That
cease
it
to
doesn't
exist.
exist. Why? Because the scientist said it exists.
No, because I can
Put
cut.
the
because
brain
you can
right
cut.
here.
You can
I
cut
wanna
another
see
human's
it.
head open.
I want to see it.
You can cut another.
Cut it and
human's
show
head
it to
open
me.
and see it.
He could, but
I'll go. I'll take you to
Yo,
medical school.
but it's not here.
Let's go to Harvard
The same
Medical
thing, same
School.
thing
Let's
with,
go to
same
any
thing with
medical
God.
school.
I'll kill you right now. You go see God. You'll be a creator right away. You'll see how he exists. Same exact thing. You give me
No,
the same
just
answer,
like
bro.
before you were born,
You're
just like
comfortable?
before you were born,
Bro.
nothing existed. The same thing happens after.
How do you know?
You were not.
How do
because
you
and
know?
I- because
But
if you're
how do
honest
you
with me,
know?
were you dreaming? Were you feeling something? Did you have
Who?
any sense when you were before you were born?
I don't remember
The whole
anything.
world was existing
Since the age of
and you
says
just
who?
started.
How?
You just
How
started
was the
existing.
world
How is it
existing?
existing?
Who gave oxygen?
He's an example, right? Your father was here alive and well before you came into this world.
Of course.
He can say, Ben, all these things happened. Shimon's pizza was whatever it is.
Right.
And then you were born, but you didn't sense or feel anything. My point
Why would I
is-
feel anything? I'm
my
not
po-
here.
Exactly. My point is, after you die, there's no feeling, there's nothing. You
Who says
just-
there's feeling?
You just stop.
Hold on. So when you die and I beat you, do you feel
One
anything?
second,
when
one
you die
second.
and I beat you, do you feel anything? Why not?
No.
There's no soul. Why not?
'Cause
You
there's
should
no-
feel it all the time.
No, because your brain stops.
Bro,
your
you're contradicting
your
yourself.
sensory motion.
All
Your
the
How am I
body-
contradicting myself?
You are.
No, I'm saying
If
your
there is
point
soul,
is wrong.
You know,
everybody's point is wrong.
you're totally off.
I know, Dad. Whatever. It's I'm
You're
giving throwing in
totally off.
facts. Telling you no, the Roman scholar is right, but this guy is wrong.
Listen to me.
because this guy says that
Everything that you feel,
all the animals.
In 30 years, I want you
Sit
to
on a
prove to me
single
what
bone.
happened.
everything that you feel.
What do you mean? Look what's happening now.
Tell the man, no.
He's going to get to the Torah.
Everything that you feel is because of the neshama, not the body.
Okay.
You hear through the neshama, not through this.
So then, why is it that when people cut out a certain chunk
Who
of the
talks
brain,
right now?
So 1 second, if somebody comes off deaf, what
Me.
happens?
Who
the brain,
talks?
my brain is talking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you took a certain part of my brain out, I wouldn't be able to speak.
So when a person dies, why he cannot speak?
Because the brain stops working.
But the brain is there, no?
No, there's no more electricity.
The brain is there.
There's no electricity.
But
though.
the brain is there. Talk.
There's no oxygen being transposed.
So
into it.
talk.
But there's no
Talk.
the neurons are not alive.
Talk,
the
Ya
neurons are
Habibi,
dead.
talk.
Who makes the neurons
The
alive?
brain
The
is
heart
there, the
stops
teeth are
beating,
there, the
makes the
tongue
heart
is there.
stop beating.
pumping. The heart stops
Then the
pumping
shama-
oxygen, and then when there's no oxygen to the brain stops
So-
functioning.
So,
A hand, just because the flesh
They made
exists,
the word soul, Manny, for a reason. In the
because
English
we didn't
language.
know any better.
Because there is a soul.
No, because
There
we
has
didn't
to
know
be a
anything. There's no soul. Tell me what your soul is, and I'll show you how
Soul,
and I'll show you how
so-
it's really just a piece
so-
of flesh
so-
in
so
your
you-
head.
No,
so
it's
you
a
claim
spiritual-
that you don't have a soul.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no soul.
There's
The
no
way
soul.
you're talking, it probably
Okay.
does make sense.
Okay. So
I make enemies with everybody.
Bro, you'll never be my enemy, by the way. Well, we'll work out of here. We're gonna hang out whatever you want.
Buy me
Just
lunch.
whatever you want, bro.
That's just
I hear
me. There's
Smash
no
House is
soul.
good.
There's no. Some people, there's no soul. What do you want to do? You can't.
What do you want to do?
convince
Show
them.
me. Tell me the soul. You're saying it's the soul that speaks. Cut out a part of the person's auditory and sensory motor cortex, which is a piece of fatty tissue in your brain.
Correct.
That is a physical.
How did it get
portion,
there?
And then it won't go.
How
that
did it
doesn't
get there?
prove anything about it. It came through the birth of you came out of your mother.
Let's
You
go
had
back.
through generations of evolutionary wiring through your DNA, which started from a single cell organism billions of years ago. That's where it all came
Billions of
from.
years ago.
Billions.
Uh-huh.
Billions of years ago.
I think that you lost your
You ever saw
soul.
a dinosaur? Hold on. You ever saw a dinosaur?
Somewhere.
No.
So then how do you know it
Because I
exists?
see their fossils and I can date the bone structure.
But you don't see
and the
God's
decay.
fossils over every child that's born and dead?
There's not
Every
fossils.
bone of children
There's
is
a
not
better
God's fossil?
explanation. There's a better explanation for humans rather than the Torah. A boat carrying all the animals in the world stopped in Turkey and then somehow dropped kangaroos off in Australia without leaving any trace. Like, do you really believe this stuff?
Why
North
would-
America has animals that are strictly native to North America, but somehow the animals from Turkey just 3,000 years ago or 3,500 years ago, how did they get there?
So now we
They
came
just
from
flew.
So what? So now we came from animals?
We came from all animals have
So
common
let's make up
ancestor.
our
All
mind.
animals
You
have a
see,
common ancestor.
You already gave me 4 answers where we came from. I'm still by God. You're by evolution, animals. The world was dark. And what
not
else?
Dark, not dark.
Whatever. The world was just here.
They're all
And we have
encompassed in
no
one
soul.
theory.
So
They're
here's
all
4,
encompassed in
and
one
here's
theory.
my one theory.
Y-
Prove. Hold on.
you
Prove to
know-
me that God doesn't exist.
By the way,
I don't prove that God doesn't exist.
Why not?
I
By the
prove that the
way-
Torah wasn't written by God. That's my proof.
by the way,
So then
That's
what
what I
did
can
God do?
prove.
Then what? God came here and did what?
Nothing.
So He didn't create the world. He didn't create the trees. He didn't
If
create
he
humankind.
created the universe, it's always been.
But it's written in the Torah.
He always put in the.
It's written in the Torah.
Ah, but the Torah is what I'm saying.
Wait,
is
so you're
not
telling me
from God.
some?
He's trying to say
hold
Torah
on.
is a rule book.
Exactly, and
It's
it's
a
not.
manual.
It's not.
It's a manual, it
It's-
is.
and that's
It's
that's
like
by
a
the way,
car,
that's religion.
like a
It is.
house.
Hold on. Our justice system is based on what? Comes
The
from
laws
where?
of religious
the laws
values
from where?
and morals.
Religious. Again, you're going back to religion.
From
Good.
humanity, people,
Who
civilization.
humanity? You say, but where did he get it
We're
from?
all-
From our
and
Torah.
and what about the laws?
Everything,
By the way, and
the
by
New
the-
Testament is from
and
where?
by the way, what happened to the laws and the Constitution?
It
They
always
are-
changes.
Exactly
just
my
like
point.
just like religion does.
Exactly.
Just
my
like we're
point.
gonna modernize. They don't have the balls to modernize
so
it.
Then what
I'm
are you
gonna
living
modernize
for?
it.
Your guess is as
You're
good as
living.
mine. Then.
No, you're
Your religion
living.
is as good
You're
as mine.
giving gratitude
You're
to
saying
God
yourself
for putting
could
you on this
change.
earth.
You're saying
Everybody,
yourself it
of
changes.
course.
So then, what's the point of it?
The world always changes, but
So
there's
what's the point?
rules that don't ever change.
What doesn't ever change?
What do you mean? Hold on.
Don't steal.
Hold on. Hold on.
Respect your parents. Don't sleep with your.
Don't sleep
friend's
with your
wife.
neighbor's wife.
Don't.
Exactly.
Those
Those are
rules.
morals.
You needed the Torah to write that?
Of course.
I could figure that out
What do you
myself.
mean? How can you figure it out
animals.
yourself?
Because I don't like stealing.
Bro,
I
you
don't
know
want
you
you
promised,
stealing
but
from
who
me.
said
it
I
to
don't
you,
want you
not
stealing
like
But
from
how do
me.
you?
But
Who
that's
me?
you.
I wouldn't do it to
But
you.
that's you. I want to steal from you. Who the hell are
I
you?
want
I need
something.
money.
But then when it happens
Why
to
do
you,
you
you're
have
not
more
gonna
money
like
than
it, right?
Okay, but who cares? I don't think about that right now.
Yeah, you do. When humans think about these
No.
things, humans have
Today there's no morals,
moral
buddy.
code.
Today there's no morals because today there's no God. Look at today's generation.
What's wrong?
Look at the youth. Look at Gen X. There's no God. They think they're better. They don't want to work. There's no God in their
Just
life.
because humans are
You-
confused now
it's
does not
comfortable.
mean that religion was right.
Not
Just
religion.
because
Again, you're
humans
going
are
back to
confused.
religion. Stop going back to
Stop bringing up the
religion.
Torah. Why are you bringing up
Why not?
the Torah?
You're
Is
bringing
religion.
You're bringing up these
Torah is
all
religion.
your scientists and
The
this and
Torah
that.
is religion.
No, it's
No,
not.
that's where I don't agree with
Torah's
that.
not
No,
religion?
no.
So stoning gays is not a religious decree?
No.
No, it's a rule book.
It's a
Everybody's
rule
stone
book.
gays
So
till
do
they-
you-
What do you
till
mean?
they
The Muslims
accept
stone
it.
gays today.
Will you do
the
it?
Muslims are raining stoning gays
so
every
do you
day.
want to do it?
Hold
No,
on.
I don't want to
Hold
do
on.
it.
So then
So
how-
you're
you
telling
don't
me-
believe in God?
We changed the rule
You don't
book.
believe in God?
Of course I
Is
believe
God
in God.
perfect?
No.
So
But
why,
who am I-
Okay, so God's not perfect.
Why
so
did
God
Paro
is
get?
perfect.
Hold on.
So if
Why
God's
did
perfect,
God-
if God's
I
perfect,
have a
why did
question
he
for
write
you.
a book that you don't even believe in
Good.
anymore?
I'll ask you. I believe in the book. You don't believe in the book. You're trying to make me not believe.
You're-
Hold on.
I'm not trying
Let me
to
ask you a
make
question.
believe
Right
anything.
in the storybook of the Torah, right? Hashem told Avram that his kids are going to be in Mitzrayim. They're going to get slaved. Blah 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 blah. Then why did Hashem punish Paro?
The Torah says.
Why
I
did
don't know.
Hashem punish Paro? What, Hashem said it's going to happen.
Because
You know
Hashem
why?
does, because same
'Cause
reason
who
he does a lot of
chose
things.
you?
Same reason he makes
Nah,
you with
'cause
temptations
who
and then
cho-
punishes you for
He
having
doesn't-
them.
Who says he punishes you?
Who says the Torah says?
No, the rabbi said.
No. The Torah says karet for
You
violating
see?
Shabbat.
Now,
you
now
guys are
we
cherry
dug,
picking.
now I
when.
dug deep into your problem.
You guys are
You're
cherry
burnt
picking.
from religion and you're throwing it on God.
No, I'm not.
Yes, and I'm going to teach you, like I teach the world, how we're going to split it.
I'm not.
Yes.
You cherry
There's a
pick
Torah.
when to take the Torah.
No,
the
you're
Torah
cherry
says,
picking.
The Torah says, do
Shabbat,
this,
you
do
break,
that.
you get karet. That was dead. That was the only
Let me
way
ask
they
you a
would
question,
teach
bro.
you.
Bro, hold on.
then-
Hold on.
so
Hold
then
on.
who's
Let's go.
judging?
Hold
Who's
on.
judging who?
Hold on.
What karet, bro? We all live till, all these religious people live till, not religious people live till 300 years old and they don't keep Shabbat. Doesn't mean that
Religious
God.
people too.
Exactly.
A religious
I'll
people
tell you what
too.
the problem is.
That's
We
my
were-
point. It's not
you were
true.
raised in
That's
a
not
system.
true.
You were
It's a
raised in a
book, not
system.
divine.
You were raised in a system that if you believe in God, if you don't do A, B, C, D, then you don't believe in Him.
Ask
And
you
you're
a
like, you know what?
question. A car says
If
pull in
that's
super.
the
and
case,
you-
if this is what God wants from
one
us,
second.
I don't want
You
it.
drive a Porsche. It says you put in super, right? You put in regular. Is the car going to drive?
Regular? Yeah, it'll drive.
The car will drive.
It won't be optimal.
Doesn't matter. Same thing with karet. God says you get karet. Doesn't mean that it's going to necessarily happen to you. So you stir it off a little bit. God is a father figure who understands.
But do you believe that
One
something
second.
bad happens for violating Shabbat?
No.
Yes.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
Yes.
Okay, so that's where
No,
that's
that's
where
great.
What's,
It's fine.
again,
It's
but
inconsistency
what's
fine.
violating
That's
Shabbat?
That's where the
But
inconsistency
what's
is,
violating
though.
Shabbat?
Is it from
Okay.
God?
What's violating
Okay.
Shabbat?
We can
One
this is
second.
The Torah says
that's
what's
where
violating
religion
Shabbat,
comes from.
not the rabbi.
That to me
Not
was
the
made
rabbi.
up by a bunch of people.
Now the
And
rabbis
you're
came and
agreeing
put rules.
Because how can you say that God created something that changes? Why couldn't God,
God
say,
didn't
hey,
create something that
stone
changes.
gays, but not in
God
100
didn't-
years?
again,
Not in 1,000 years.
God didn't change the religion.
God didn't write the Torah.
God didn't
Did
change.
God write the Torah?
Yes, He did.
So then how come it's
We
not
didn't-
true today? How come
Who
it's
says
not
not
applicable
true?
today?
Everything's applicable today.
I just asked you, are you
One
stone
thing's not
gays?
applicable,
Not
but they are stoning
existing.
gays. We just
Are
don't do
you
that.
stoning
No,
gays?
because we can't. But in
You
Israel,
can't?
Of course we
Why?
can.
Why can't you?
Because our bet doesn't
Because
have that
we-
authority today.
Who established
We live
the
in
ban?
America.
Who
America
established?
discovered these laws.
Who
We
established?
live in
Ah,
American law.
So you're
Yes,
agreeing
but
that
look,
the Torah
100%.
says you have to change your
100%.
beliefs based on what's going on in the world.
No,
No.
I didn't change the
No.
belief.
You just said that.
The
No,
punishment
you're supposed.
now comes from
God.
Shammai.
That's it.
Zero.
That's it.
Which is much
Hello,
worse.
if you learn the
Which is
Gemara
much
really,
worse.
Yes.
the Gemara says that a Sanhedrin that killed
We
once
just
in
talked- we
70
just-
years.
you just said
but you're
no
saying
Gemara,
killing.
religion.
Hold on, but you're saying killing.
Run,
The Gemara
no
said if
religion.
somebody killed once in 70 years, Nachon, wasn't
Yes.
even considered a zeh.
Okay, there's a lot of Gemarot that
Can
say
I
a lot
say
of
it?
things,
Bro.
and it wasn't true. And by the way, 70 years,
Separated.
I don't know if you're aware, the world's been around for much longer, so I'm
Of
sure once every
course.
70 years it still happened.
You know, every item that you buy, it coming with a manual book. Are you agree to it?
Sure.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so you sitting on a plane, and here comes a pilot. His name is Manny Yusupov.
Sounds like a smart pilot.
Yeah. I'll be out
Handsome
of this
too.
airplane. Okay.
You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know you're sitting in the
I'll be-
cockpit.
I will live in a second.
Why?
Okay. I'll tell you
But I
what.
know how to fly a plane.
No, he's
No.
He has an analogy now.
He said, don't. I told him, excuse me, there is two cables which are not connected. Please have a seat. Okay. Don't talk to me about Torah now.
Physics will make the plane go in the
I
air.
know how to fly a plane. Scientist, I don't know. I know how. I'll fly this plane the way I know how to fly.
Okay.
I said, hello. There is a book. It says, the Torah, the religion. I am a new pilot.
Mm. That's assuming that the Torah
I'm
knows how
an
to fly the
educated
plane.
pilot.
That's assuming the Torah knows how to fly the
He's
plane.
giving you an example, though, I think.
I know, but in that example, why I'm saying it's not a good example is because the
You
assumption
can-
there, I'm
So
denying
now
that the
you
Torah even
want
is
to fly
legitimate.
it according to what you want to do.
But in my example, I flew
Who
it
will
well,
sit on
and
your
I
plane?
actually got there faster.
Who we gonna sit on your plane?
People who believe in me.
But Abba, he doesn't even believe the manual exists.
Yeah, that's my point. That manual's wrong.
So you're talking about a manual, he's saying he's wrong.
He is the manual.
But he's telling you
I
the
am a
manual
man.
is wrong.
He is the manual.
But I'm telling you again.
He is the manual
am the
in the
manual.
Pope.
That's
Anyway,
why
my point,
your debate with him is you're going back to examples. The whole point of his question is you're going back to the manual. He's saying the manual doesn't even exist. The manual is made up.
He's not a
No,
he's
you
not a
see,
bad guy.
he's
lost.
no, he's if you see again,
He's lost.
he took religion like we all did, and we intertwined it with Hashem. That means if I'm not keeping 100 Torah mitzvot, Hashem doesn't exist.
You have to understand that a lot of
And I'm sorry
a lot
that,
of
that,
things
we're hurting Hashem and Hashem is and then we say, you know what? If that's the way Hashem wants from us, He doesn't exist. We just have to be grateful.
Off the record.
you're on the record.
He needs help.
He needs
Of
help. He knows
course.
he needs help. We all need help.
I know, but he needs help.
I
We all
needed
need
help too.
but
I
he
went
doesn't-
to
He's
see
not
help.
coming from a bad place.
He's not.
hurt. He was hurt,
I know.
and
That's why I told you that the scale is off.
But again, Abba, he's
Scale
coming
is
from a
off.
bad place, and I understand him. And instead of people
But
throwing
you
him out
cannot-
of
100%.
shoes,
But you
instead of
cannot-
people throwing him out of shoes,
100%.
you bring him closer and you explain to
Agreed.
him. They
Agreed.
threw him out of a shul. He went to a Brit Milah. They threw him out like a
Why?
dog.
That's wrong. So
That's
that
wrong.
guy.
That's your people on Main Street. They threw him out of a shul like a dog.
No, that's wrong.
That's allowed
No.
No.
No way.
because they cannot handle what he has to say.
But he's making a hold on. He has valid points. You know, he has very, very intellectual questions, which is great. But
I have some questions also. He's right.
We all
what
have
happens after we die?
questions.
Nobody knows. We believe.
He's not ready to listen.
right.
He's ready to listen.
Yeah,
I guarantee after he leaves here, he's going to think about it. He's very intelligent. He'll listen. Now he wants to get his point across, but he listens.
To prove that the Torah is a merit and made by Hashem and give it to it. I don't want to get to him in Belashon HaKodesh. You know how the deep is this. No person can write it. Man.
Abba, I'm telling you, he was fed Yiddishkeit the wrong way.
Okay.
Like all the kids our age that grew up in their 30s, in their mid to late 30s.
So you have to come and say, you know, I have a problem.
right? But again,
Don't smear now
but
everybody else.
no. According to him, he doesn't have a problem. This is his way of thinking. So instead of me telling him you have a problem, I'm trying to give him facts that look. I see God doing miracles in my life every single day. Every single day with this smash house with what's going on and people calling me and stuff like that. It's not science, it's not faith, and it's not karma.
Maybe you're just successful.
No, I'm
Why
not
is that God?
successful. No, I'm not successful. I'm talking about like I'll give you an example that happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to open Smash House in February, remember? By the place where I have it now? In February. I already gave, and I had Gordon Ramsay coming to my restaurant,
Nice.
right? You remember we already got we already got everything going, blah, blah, blah. And I gave the landlord deposit already for the store. I went to Israel to go 1 week on a spiritual trip, say thank you to Hashem, blah, blah, blah.
Nice.
Guess what happens when I come back? Lana told me, take your check, get the F out of here. Not giving you the location, and Gordon Ramsay says we're not coming to your restaurant.
So you
And
guys-
I'm like, dude, what? And I'm by the end, I spent so much money, and I'm like, why? God, why are you always doing this to me? Why? Every time you bring me to the finish line, and boom, you explode into my face. You know, and I'm literally, bro, I'm questioning. Comes June, I finally get I get the Smash House. I finally get the contract, the lease. If I took that place in February, I would be broke today.
Mhm.
I would be broke today with no money.
Okay.
June, I was able to afford it.
Okay.
So now, this is the way I look at it, right? I have a son. He wants this. He wants to watch TV now. I tell him, no, you can't watch TV now. Oh, my dad's so bad to me, never lets me watch TV. And you're telling him, no, why? Because you know in the future it's gonna be better for his brains, right? Instead of sitting there all day in front like a zombie, you know, playing PlayStation
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that, right?
I
But
agree.
your son looks at you like, oh, you're such a piece of dirt. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, because he
Right.
only sees the short
Right.
term.
So that's what God is for us. So I only saw short term. And that's why I'm like, you know what? God really does exist. And I turned religion, Manny, into gratitude. I don't have to do this. I'm doing this, God, because I'm thanking you.
Mhm.
That's it. So I put the tefillin in the morning, like I have to go to the bathroom, like it's such an emergency for me. I have to go. I put it on, say Shema, say the whole Shema, say thank you Hashem for everything, please help me, blah, blah, blah. I take it off. I don't run to Minyan. I'm not there yet. Right now, my whole focus and search is how do I connect with the Creator and get all that mishka babble that we were raised, that if you're not going to do this, Hashem's not going to do this. Because I'm not some tzaddik, man. I'm far from it. There's people that are a lot bigger tzaddikim than me that are learning all day. They're eating for my money. So tzaddik, that's a whole other thing. But that has nothing, in my opinion, has nothing to do with God being the one and only. Because they took the religion, my friend. I'm sorry, Dad, and it became a maschara. You know what maschara is? Like a business. This hashgacha is good. Oh, this rabbi is here. Hashgacha is no good. Bet Yosef. And that's where you're trying to. My brother also has that problem. They mix it, and I had that problem too.
I don't mix it. I think you still have that problem.
No,
every time you say don't bring in religion, you start talking about.
It's
the Torah.
not religion. No, I'm talking about the Torah. Torah is not religion. It's a manual.
But then you have to come up with terms and how to define these things.
I don't have to come up with terms.
Which you just said. Who says
that's
what
your
Shabbat
job.
is?
No one says. The Torah says. It's between religion between you and God.
That's like the astronaut story.
But no, the religion between you and God.
I want to be the Torah. I want to interpret the Chamisha Chumshei Torah the way I want to interpret it. It says the Mishkan, and then it says Shabbat. I don't think that the Mishkan has anything to do with the Shabbat.
Torah says Boneh and Esh. I don't touch those stuff on Shabbat.
It says a bunch of other things also.
So whatever the Torah says, I don't do.
But
then it says don't move this pen from here to here.
At least
don't move I move the pen.
I think at least he is.
He lives the truth.
At least he's consistent.
Correct. I'm not.
Start to
but
finish.
Again, but I know my Creator.
You're on the
wrong.
Fence.
I'm searching. There's difference between me and you. I had that conversation with my dad. I said, Dad, you know what my dad told me? Benji, you know you're living the wrong life. You're looking for the truth. That's the difference between me and everybody else.
If you know it's the truth,
I can't live like that because it's hard for me. Because it's very hard for me.
So do the hard thing.
I can't.
So what?
I don't want to. There's your answer. But I don't. Again, I don't deny God. I ask God every day. Every day I dive and I say, Hashem, please let this conflict end with me. Bring me closer to you every single day.
So basically say, make it easier for me to get close to you.
Correct. Because of
I think
all,
that's nice,
because of all the blockages that I created.
I think that's nice. I think what you accuse me of saying, you're doing it to fit your narrative, I think that's really what you're projecting from yourself. Because that's exactly like, oh, you know what? It's not convenient for me right now.
Almost 6 billion people live like me.
I would like to do this. 6 billion people could be wrong.
Oh,
no.
So you're the guy. So let's admit, you're the guy in the mental institution that says, I'm Napoleon the Great, and everybody else is retarded. Or you're the guy, everybody's driving, and you're driving the opposite way, calling your wife saying, what?
Sure.
Why is everybody driving like that?
I mean, if it's not causing any accidents, what's the
Are
problem?
you happy with the way you're living?
Man, now you're starting off.
Hold on. Are you happy with the way you're living?
I love it.
That's it.
I think it's incredible.
Then that's
and
great.
I feel more fulfilled, and I'm doing better for the world.
The guy in the mental institution feels the same way, by the way.
I'm doing better for the world, and but at least the guy in the
the
guy in the mental institution is consistent.
Denying God is not doing better for the world.
You're cherry picking.
It's like the guy killing people and saying I'm doing better for the world.
I'm not killing
anyone.
Now you're saying denying God is killing people?
Who?
He's not killing anybody.
What do you mean?
The guy
spirituality.
killing people
You kill a person's spirituality, he's
if
dead.
Anything, actually,
a person without spirituality is dead. Is a walking dead person.
You know who are the most spiritual people? The guy blowing themselves up for Hamas and suicide bombs. They're so spiritual.
They're not. They're doing it for the 72 virgins.
They can't even connect to
They're doing it to get laid afterwards.
No, they're not. They're doing it because that's what their God told them.
No, that's what Muhammad told them, not their God.
That's what they believe. They said Muhammad spoke to God.
How many of them believe it? Hold on, there's billions of Muslims. A small sector believes it, just like our small ultra-Orthodox sector believes in their belief.
Not necessarily.
Again, it's again.
Not necessarily. There's
of
a lot
course.
Muslims. There's a large chunk that may not practice that, but they believe Sharia law, or they believe
but Sharia law is
that
just like
Muhammad
like Jewish
spoke
law.
to God. I think maybe.
What do you mean?
I think maybe the number is closer to half, maybe more.
Moshe Rabbeinu spoke to God. I believe Moshe Rabbeinu spoke to God. The sneh.
My point is,
the sneh.
Then you're.
But they all spoke.
Of course, also Jesus did.
Your argument is
100%. That's why the sneh.
They say it's a type of drug. That you can't be talking to God and you have to be high.
We don't know what it was.
That's again, we're going on the.
But that's
do you
my
understand?
Point, right?
This guy.
You see his inconsistency.
No, how am I inconsistent? Tell me how I'm inconsistent.
You're not inconsistent, but a lot of stuff we don't know. We have the right to question.
What does that have to do with God? If he exists or not?
God exists.
He's saying God doesn't exist and God
doesn't
exist.
He doesn't know. They say he doesn't know.
What do you mean doesn't know?
Exactly.
No, I say that the
I'm
Torah
giving
was
you
not written by man. That's it.
You said it was written by man. It was written by
man,
man.
not written by God.
Okay, so who knows what goes on in the human body? A man?
An anatomist and physiologist.
Who? Back then
probably.
you just said they didn't know how to do CPR.
Yeah,
How they
but
know how to do the...
weren't claiming to know everything.
Make up your
They
mind.
weren't claiming
Did
to
they
know
know
everything.
science or not?
They weren't claiming to know
If they knew
everything.
science, how could they know CPR?
Science doesn't claim to know everything. Religion does.
What?
You guys are claiming to know
No,
everything.
no. Science claims to know everything. Then when they get messed
You're
up...
wrong, you're wrong.
Yes. Don't tell me you're wrong.
A Nobel Prize.
One scientist tell me he's wrong.
Why would they pay?
One scientist admitted he's wrong. Give me.
Every scientist.
Tell me.
Ever.
Tell me.
Einstein admitted he was wrong.
With what? With what?
There's
In what
another-
theory did Einstein admit he was wrong?
I don't know the
Einstein was
specifics,
a
but I know he
scientist?
does.
Yeah.
Einstein was a scientist.
Guys,
By
please.
the way, Robert Sapolsky has even written about scientists who wrote they were wrong. This is just not patently not true. In fact, the entire scientific community thrives off $1 million prize called the Nobel Prize,
Right.
and few other prizes on proving your partner's wrong. The whole process of peer review is, hey, let's all look at this and see if
Were
there's
they
a new
right when it
discovery.
came to COVID though?
Was
No.
anybody able to prove the
No,
Torah
they weren't
wrong?
right.
Was
In some
anybody able to prove the
capacities-
Torah wrong?
In some capacities, they were. I mean, sure.
Can
yeah,
someone
they
come
were.
here and prove me the Torah wrong?
Nobody
depends
could.
on how
Nobody
you-
can. I don't
No,
think
we
anybody
can.
could.
Prove it. You're sitting right here. Prove it to me.
I just told you. There's archaeological. There's
Like,
no
don't
archaeological.
give me
evidence.
archaeological.
The Teva
Do
never,
you
did
believe
the ark
"Kabed et
happen?
avicha v'et
Did the
imecha"?
ark ever happen?
Yes.
Did the ark?
Of course it happened.
Where's the proof? Just because a book wrote it?
Yeah,
I'll-
not
then
the
by
book.
that logic, I could say Harry Potter's
How
real.
about
No,
answer?
no,
Where's
no,
the
no.
proof? We'll show
What
it.
do you mean?
Shut up,
Where's the proof? Is
Titane,
there?
no.
There.
I'm gonna ask you the same question.
One second. How about answer?
Is the brain in the human body? Prove it.
How about you shoot the brain? You can
A
You
scientist
can
wrote
see
about
it.
a brain.
I can see it today. There's no Teva. I
Show
can
it to
see.
me. Take it out and show it to me. Put it on the table.
Just 'cause
and
I-
I'll show you your creator in 20
That's
minutes.
That's not a real.
Of course it is.
argument.
You
To
tell me
say
put
that
someone-
I-
you
to
tell me
say that
put
I'm
someone
not
to
willing-
sleep.
To say that I'm not willing to kill myself right now.
You don't have to
and
kill yourself.
Brutalize myself to show you the
Right.
brain, which is
You're
in
putting
my
someone
skull,
to sleep to showing
does
me
not
his
prove
brain.
a point.
Of course it
How
does.
does that prove a point?
What-
Oh, you know what? Because he's not willing to kill myself. There's no brain. Did you know that?
No.
I said you could bring a guy here. A brain you can see in 3 seconds. You'll
Where?
bring a
Ben,
dead-
go to a medical school.
Go to
Go to-
And what does that
Go to a
brain?
hospital. There's one on
How is that
Parsons.
brain when it's dead? Is it working?
No, it's not.
Why?
Because there's no oxygen.
Why not? The scientists can make it work.
There's no
Where
oxygen.
are our
Ah,
scientists?
you probably could actually.
Where
You
are
could
our
electrically
scientists?
stimulate it.
7, how many years? 2 billion years,
There's a
right?
way- there's actually- by the way,
Men
there's-
can live over 120. Why?
a way-
Where's the scientists? Where's the longevity?
They actually
Gary
could.
Breck, everybody coming out
They
trying to
actually
get.
could. They
Bro,
actually
you
could.
cannot
They
fight
could.
fate.
They could.
That's what you guys don't understand.
They could live
You
over
can-
120.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you'll
Find me one person that did.
Google it. There's
Oh,
people already.
Google said so.
There's
It's true.
Google-
You
there's
see?
people already.
So you're a Gen Z. TikTok. I saw it on TikTok. Oh, I saw it on TikTok.
I never said TikTok.
Let's
I
hate the
said
Jews.
Google.
TikTok said, let's hate it.
I'm just saying you can go on Google and find a
Show
source
me.
that shows you a
No,
person
no,
that
no.
lives like
Again,
120.
keep going back to the
wants
books.
proof. He wants proof.
Prove to me. You want proof
Pull out
about
your
God?
phone, just Google
No,
it.
don't Google me. That's a book. Take it off the book. Again, you're believing your narrative. Admit it. Say Benji.
You're believing your
No,
narrative.
I'm believing
Benji.
in what.
You're believing that it's okay
But this
to
means
do
6
as
billion.
you please.
Never.
until
I
it
never
feels
said that.
Good. Until it feels good.
Don't
You
put words
just
in my
said
mouth.
that.
No. I said I'm searching for the truth, and right now it starts with what? Knowing that you're humbled and you're nothing without your Creator. That's where it starts.
Okay, I'm humbled. I just
You're
don't have
no,
to
no,
believe
you're not.
the
No, you're
Torah.
not. No, you're not. If
One
you question
second,
God like
one
that, you're not humble. How about
I disagree.
stop going back to the Torah.
Tell him the bit.
He's gonna go back to the Torah.
No, he's not.
No. We asked him to prove
Go
the
ahead.
Teva, right?
Oh, Noah's Ark.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to put a sign over here. Leaves no Torah.
Okay, so I want no Google and no scientists too.
Okay, so what do you want to talk about?
That's exactly the point.
What do you
That's
wanna-
exactly
I'm
the
not the one
point.
saying no this, no that.
Whatever.
You are. You're saying no
Everywhere
Torah.
that you turn is Torah.
Sure.
Every turn.
Our justice system.
Okay, so now, are you proud to be a Jew?
You have a problem with your
Yes.
identity. It's a whole other problem.
Yes. Yes, I'm proud.
How come?
Because I think the community and the people and the culture is a very beautiful thing.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I think it's beautiful. I think Jews are factually and intelligent people, and I value that.
But they will, according to you, they were lied already for years and years and years. How can they be so good?
I could still see a flaw in something and be proud to be a part of it. You know, my parents have made mistakes. I'm proud to be their son. I love them very much.
What,
I'm not saying I'm better, by the way.
It's proud to eat oshpolo with your hands.
I like it, yeah. It's nice. Hands are delicious. I lick my fingers after I eat chips.
That's how humans ate.
My wife doesn't let it, man. She doesn't like it too much. You should hear how she...
No, wife likes it, bro.
Well, I don't know what their problem is sometimes, you know? Like, let me just...
Okay.
Nah,
So
never.
you're proud to be a Jew.
Yeah. Proud to be a
What
Jew.
makes you a Jew?
My affiliation, my community, who I was born from.
From your mom.
My
Who
mom
told
makes me a Jew.
Exactly.
My father makes me a Jew.
No,
Who?
if
Who
the
told
father,
you that they are Jews?
Their parents and their parents before them.
How do you know?
My community also says they're Jewish.
Maybe you adopted.
I'm sure they could do a genetic test. Everyone around me, so many people verified that I came out of them. They saw
Oh,
my
so-
breed. They saw me.
So you do believe?
Believe what? That the community can verify my existence as my parents' son?
That you,
Yeah.
You said that you don't believe.
I just don't believe. Yeah. I said that I don't believe the Torah was written by God.
So I
still think that there's something like a Jew.
want to show you that you believing. Alevai, I should be as good as you are.
Oh, you're flattering me, Rebbe.
Yeah.
I'm blushing a little bit. This
when
guy
you-
knows how to get you, by the
when
way.
you-
I see why. I see why he has a follower.
Master.
When's your? I want to come over for
He's
sure.
a
When-
master
Go
with these
ahead.
things, man.
You'll walk out there with a keep-on paste with your balls. Trust me, you don't want to go there.
I'll tell you, I sit with him all the time. That's why I'm like,
When-
it
when you
ended up
get-
affecting me.
When you get into the elevator, you're such a believer, you know, that the cables are okay, everything is fine. It went through inspection, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You
I see
don't
the
even-
signature.
You don't even think that somebody forged it, you know. You just go inside and you press and you're waiting.
Yeah,
You're such a believer.
I'm a believer too. Yeah, we all believe in something. I think.
When you ride the subway, mamash, you're a tzaddik.
Emunah.
Airplane is the most dangerous.
Well,
Bitachon
Yes.
ve'emunah. Yeah, but the probability of an airplane crash is lower than a car.
Yeah.
I
For
think
sure.
Driving a car is where you really have faith.
Yeah, 100%.
You're trusting other people too.
Yeah, yeah. So we all have the ability to believe.
I agree. I think the Jewish people are special people, factually, objectively.
Depends on what.
Our history.
You know,
Our history makes us special.
when you go into a doctor,
What we've been through.
when you go into a doctor and he gives you prescription, right?
Yeah.
You're coming to the pharmacist and tell him, what is this? How did they make it? Science says, no. I think I don't like it too much.
Hmm.
By the way, are you a pharmacist? Show me yours. Have you done it once?
No, I was very,
You're such a believer.
I was very easygoing. I didn't want to give the guy a hard
You're
time.
such a believer.
I saw the
Alevai,
pharmacy
should-
side. I
Alevai,
saw the
should have your emunah. Alevai.
I think they should have the. Yeah, I think they had it somewhere. But you're right. I was very gullible. Is that the word?
Yeah.
I got what you believe. That's what he's trying to. That's his point.
I believe in some things for sure. I'm not saying I don't believe in anything.
But
So-
yeah,
You're taking something that Hashem placed in you.
And I'm using it for something else.
Yes.
Okay. So this concept of believing
Yeah.
it sounds like a
Like-
social
like
social tool.
An addiction, you know. Hashem placed inside a gene in us something to be addicted to.
Yeah.
He wanted us to be addicted to him and to the Torah. Some people will take it and they
And
go
get addicted to the wrong things.
to the wrong things.
Gambling.
Gambling.
Drinking. Yeah. It's true. We are naturally disposed to
Yes.
addiction because.
Yes.
But I think it can be explained in other ways. We evolve. For example, I think the world now has taken advantage of our
So-
evolutionary processes.
So
yeah, we're a lot more advanced today.
So you, right? You a thinker, I see that you like to, knowledge and this and that. But I'm afraid that you heard from something from the past and it switched you all the way and your scale lost the zero.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't-
for
My
example,
advice
Moshe
to
said what
you-
happened.
My
I don't
advice
think
to
I'm-
you, my
yeah.
advice to you. I understand you. I understand. I'm not upset at you at all. Not at all. I want you to know that if you come to my shul, I'm not going
He's
to
gonna put
throw
you in the
you
front
out.
next to him.
I'm going to put you in the front.
I'm not worthy.
Of course you are. You're
Right by the
love it.
hechal. Right by the hechal. You can face the kahal.
After all, you're a Jew, and we all brothers. This you have to know. You can think otherwise, you can think this, but after all, right,
So true.
they're going to kill us all.
I hope
If
not.
you
I think-
believe, if
I
you
think they'll turn
don't
around. I think
believe,
they'll stop.
Hitler killed us whether we were
They-
quarter Jewish.
everybody, that's a well-known fact, okay? So we have to watch for each other, all right?
I always believe that. Yeah.
Okay, so the Torah will teach us, okay, no matter who you are, no matter what, he's your brother, and even if your brother have a cancer, you don't throw him to the street and say, okay, you're a lost case. We'll do everything to try to heal him as much as we can.
I would do that for any good person. I agree.
Good.
I agree. I think we're all related in some
So
capacity.
this is
Jewish
the
or not.
bottom line of the Torah. All the rules and the laws and everything else.
Beit Shammai.
Huh?
Like
No,
this.
it brings
he's
you
Beit
to a
Hillel.
point.
Sorry, yeah, Beit
Yeah.
Hillel.
It brings you to a point.
Love your neighbor.
That's it.
That's it, man. That's all it's about.
That's it. So
I mean, that I believe in.
all it's
I
about.
practice it.
So-
I don't even believe. I
Like,
practice
stop the
every day.
machloket.
so now,
We're gonna
So-
talk to those guys. Don't let them kick me out of shul anymore.
No, I just
Who
you
did
left
it?
them,
Moshe,
blasted
who did it?
them.
I'm dying to blast them.
I'll tell you.
No, don't say it. We're not saying
I'm
names.
dying
here.
to
We're
make a
not saying
video
names
out
that's
of it.
here.
why
That's so bad, dude.
that's why there's so many rules and that to make you focused. That you have a mission, and the mission is to show how the Jews are so good. They care for each other, and we do care for each other. No other nation cares for each other like we are. This everybody has to admit, right?
You talk
We've
about
had
it all the
to.
time.
We've had to care for each
Oh,
other because
why?
of what we've been through. Our history, the world has always hated us since day one.
Because
So-
Hashem says, "Ki atem ha'me'at mikol ha'amim." You are the smallest nation on earth.
And we all have 10 children each, right? And
What
we still
happened to
can't-
his promise about the stars and the dust and the sand?
Oh, so you don't know.
That's for another
Good.
podcast.
When Israel they go down, we are extremists. You see, I'm here and you are there, right? So,
Opposite sides, and these two are in the middle.
Dude, I'm more closer to you than to him, by the way.
these two are the audience. You see, when the Jews goes down, they goes down even less than a dog. The dog will pee on them. That's how low a Jew can go.
In Mitzrayim, you're saying?
No.
In general, oh.
Kafar Ares, like the dirt.
But when they good, it's like the stars.
That's what the
Yes,
interpretation was.
that's
You're saying, okay.
interpretation. Yes.
So we're not going to be quantity. We're going to be quality,
Yes.
or we can be.
We should
On
be.
the quality, because when you have a quantity, there is no quality.
Look at the
I-
billions.
ask him.
Look at the billions of fools.
Ask him, he'll tell you, right? I heard that somebody in the watches told me that a company, they made only five watches for sale. That's it. And each one, it costs like $2 million. I don't know.
Okay.
Because quantity and quality are inversely related.
What's more expensive, a Lamborghini or a Honda, right?
That's it.
There's a reason they don't make a lot.
That's
of
what I'm
them.
holding right now. Do I?
Is it really
Am I
that?
expanding this to
Yeah,
30 or am I
it's-
leaving?
it's-
That's why everybody hates us. That's why they're hating us, because they know we're capable. We are thinkers.
We are very smart.
We are smart. We everything. We inventing things,
Help each other.
right?
I think, I mean, there's...
No community helps like our community. Say what you want.
We helping
One mother, right?
each
That
other.
had one father
Are we-
dies, has 5 children. Everybody helps
50
the
people
family.
will jump in. Okay,
How much time do you guys have? Can I keep going?
You see,
We're still
all-
going hard?
you see,
We can make this into 2 episodes.
if you go over the Gemara, even Alexander's and all the emperor of Rome, next to them, they always had somebody Jew. Always.
Advisors.
You know, Alexander's was 32 years old. The whole world, he was the king of the world.
At 32?
At
At the
32.
time, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it
32.
wasn't the whole world, but it was a large
All
majority
the
of
money,
the world.
all the girls, everything, all the balagan that you want, he had it when he had 32. He conquered the whole world.
Wow.
You know from what he died?
Poison was a sickness.
Depression.
No.
I'm telling you.
I think it was he was poisoned or he
He
got
went-
sick. No.
That's what they say.
What they say. You have the inside
Gemara
scoop.
said, yes.
How do you know? Who
The,
said
the
that?
Gemara says he came to
Gemara.
Chachmei Adarom. He was so depressed, he couldn't eat. He couldn't eat. Why? Because he's so no tachlis. I have money, I have everything, but he was a smart man.
Yeah, he learned from Socrates, I think.
Aristotle.
Aristotle.
Aristotle. They knew how to think.
Yeah, but they weren't right about everything.
Okay, but they were thinkers.
Yeah, they were thinkers. I don't think thinking is the answer to life,
So,
for the record.
so he said, I don't have nothing. He said, call the Jews. Here comes the Chachmei Adaron, you know, with the Gemara. I said, yes. How can we help you? So he was asking them a question. מה יעשה אדם ויחיה את עצמו? What a person should do in order to have
Live with himself. Or...
life. He said, I don't have life. So you know what they told him?
Well, 4 glasses
Kill
of
yourself.
yain.
Kill yourself.
That's what they told him. You don't know the Gemara?
I don't know. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's like,
They
kill
told him,
yourself.
go kill yourself. He said. And that's it. He understood. We didn't understand in the yeshiva. In the yeshiva, we broke our head. And we didn't know, Ma, kill yourself. He is asking you a question. Answer him. And they told him, on what are you ready to die? On money? No, right? On piece of land? That's what you're ready to die for?
People
You're
are dying for
wasting your
that today.
time on things that you're not ready to die for. That's why you're miserable. We have a life. Why? Because if somebody will come and tell us, על מה הוציאו אותך להורג? Why they killing you? Because I kept Shabbat. Why they killing you? Because I made a brit. Why they want to kill you? Because I did this. Okay? All the time they fought against, not ours, against the word that you don't like, the religion,
The Torah.
the Torah. They didn't like it.
Yeah,
They didn't like it.
I can see why.
Okay? Because the life is there. The life is there.
Hmm.
I'll give you one example, okay? Only one. Husband and wife, okay? Yeah? Now, part of the curse that Hashem gave me is, okay? ואלישך תשוקתך,
רואים שלך.
ארבע הרבה עצבונך ועירונך. ארבע הרבה. אתה יודע מה זה ארבע הרבה? Every small thing will drive her crazy. ארבע הרבה.
You just spoke about it.
ארבע, מה זה ארבע הרבה? Every small thing, הרבה.
A lot.
And a man will say, she's crazy. Whom did I marry? She is not crazy. That's who she is. That's exactly who she is. It's vonech. Every small thing.
You know the face, bro. You know that
I
face.
gave you this, I gave you this, I bought you a car, I told you, מה אתה שואל? עכשיו בערב עכשיו ככה. I hate you. I don't like you. הרבה עצבונך והרונך. Meaning the הריון, the pregnancy not pleasant.
Yeah.
And
They go
all
through
your
a lot.
life, your eyes will be only on the husband.
רואים שלבך.
You have to talk to me. You have to tell me I'm good. You have to take me. תעזבי אותי. Go to your mother. תעזבי אותי. You know, in one verse, Hashem will tell you what He created. He say, I'm telling you, the manual, that's who she is, don't get crazy. והוא, what is, זה ג'ורג'ה, והוא ימשול בה. בי מושל.
Leader.
אוקיי, מותק, don't worry, יהיה בסדר, it's gonna be okay.
יא גבר.
Two psichim now. We have one. We don't need another one. Okay? Somebody have to be a man. You know, ההוא הזה, ימשול בך. הוא ימשול, he will control the situation. That's what you're doing? I'm going out. And imagine now a captain in Gaza, he hears this, he said, wait a second, I have to smoke now.
They smoke for sure. They can't go in there like that.
Oh yeah, there's smoke.
No. Even there, the rules are so there, אוי ואבוי יהיה לך.
Yeah, they put. It's true.
Over there, every rule, אתה יודע מה זה rule?
You have to be focused.
מה זה? Until the captain don't say, shoot, you don't shoot, and even when you see that.
Yeah, you go to jail for that.
And
That's
if you shoot, you're going to jail.
For the royal.
oh yeah.
So
You see, rules
How
are.
about let him ask you?
I agree. I have rules. I just don't get them from the Torah. That's why. That's where we're different.
Okay.
I have good rules.
All the rules came from there, bro. As you can see, the whole society
No,
is based on that rule.
by the way, Hammurabi's code was written before the Torah, and that's where they talk about no stealing, don't kill. Hammurabi wrote the Torah maybe 500.
What does it mean?
the
Don't
code-
steal. What does it mean? Don't kill.
Yeah,
Now, our boss
it's just as vague as the Torah, though.
Ma?
And according to him, that's sufficient.
Steal means don't steal souls, not don't steal from somebody else.
Maybe. How do we know?
That's
No, no, no.
Hammurabi was very specific about stealing objects and property.
Where do you get it from?
What?
Where do you get it from?
Every country was
That's
stolen.
the
the
point.
Torah.
That's the point. No, the Torah was written after.
Every
After
country,
who?
one
The
second,
The Torah,
every
Moshe
country
was around
stolen.
1250 BC. That's the year, 1300s BC.
Says who?
Says the
Says the
scientist.
Torah. Says the Torah. No,
so,
the
okay,
Torah.
so you come, so,
If Adam Arishon was born, you can do the math backwards. Even Rabbi Lawrence Kellerman has a whole calendar of when the people were born. He claims to have a lineage directly from
he
Moshe.
claims. Oh.
Claims, yeah.
So you so you go from going to facts to people that are claiming.
None of these are facts. My point is that I'm going
Torah
even
is a fact.
by your rule. I'm
Not my
even
rule.
saying by the Torah. I'm even saying according to that Torah, you can do the math. Every Rav will know that Moshe had a time and place in this time in this world. Paro was at a certain time. Ramses. So we're talking 11 to 12th century BC. Yeah. So we're talking in that time frame, right? Hammurabi was maybe 600 years
Mike.
prior. And there are other Babylonian scholars that have written records that are dated prior to the Torah. And they put a lot of the works there.
Hammurabi.
Hammurabi was a Babylonian emperor before Bavel, before the Bavel of Nebuchadnezzar.
No.
This is maybe in Mesopotamia was around that time.
No,
So
no.
there's your meaning the Torah.
No,
If anything,
no.
Moshe got his laws from them. I'm saying the Torah wasn't the first one to come up with these things.
What?
So then why were they fighting our Torah all the time then? They were killing us all the time, persecuting us in Bavel and everything. You say
That was
Abu
later.
Rabi,
That
Abu
was much
Grabi,
later. It
whatever
was
the hell you
different
want to call
empire.
them.
There's other reasons to
Don't
fight.
know why.
There's other reasons to fight.
You believe your belief.
You wanted
we'll believe
land.
our
You
belief.
wanted an empire. It wasn't
No,
a
he killed.
religious
They
thing.
killed us. No, bro. Let's speak facts.
Yeah.
They killed us just because we were Jews and we were
No,
worshiping God.
Nebuchadnezzar- People
Yeah.
just wanted to conquer and control back
That
in
was
the times of
afterwards,
Egypt.
but before that, learn what comes from Shvat Sebet Tammuz. Go learn Tisha B'av.
Shavas
Go learn-
Tammuz was
go-
way later.
I know, but I'm just saying. But all these things were happening because of that, not because of because we want to conquer the land.
1,000 reasons. The Jews were
Asa-
obstinate. The Jews were
Asara
difficult
Rogem
for the
Malchut.
Romans. You're talking post-Rome
10
now.
people-
I'm talking before that.
The-
You're talking Egypt, Mitzrayim,
No,
and
but-
Rome were very different times.
But again, I'm giving you why we're being persecuted all the time, because we believe our belief. They try to change it. The Romans bought the first movie theaters. The Romans bought the first everything. Right? That's the Romans modernized the world.
Okay.
Right?
The Greeks did too.
Oh,
but
right,
sure.
right.
Yeah.
Everybody. Look, what happened was that's why the Old Testament has a New Testament now, right? There's a New Testament for new rules, blah 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 blah,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is BS. It's
Amendments.
either there's an Old
I mean,
Testament.
we have a Torah and then we have the Gemara, the
but
Mishnah.
no, but the Gemara doesn't say the
They're
Torah is
not that
not right.
crazy, am I
No,
wrong?
but the
Moshe?
Gemara doesn't say the Torah is not right. The Gemara explains what the Torah said.
Okay.
Torah said, "Oh, screw the Torah."
Each
This
rabbi
new
has
laws.
his own version.
But
That's-
the New Testament doesn't
That
say
I
the Old
agree
Testament
with.
was wrong.
That I agree with.
By the way, there's plenty of disagreements
What
in
do
the
you
Gemara.
mean?
Of course.
Saradim can do this, Ashkenazim can do this. Either
Agreed.
you do it or you
No,
can't.
but this is coming out from
Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
the Torah says something, yes? Now, they're coming to explain you what the Torah meant.
So each one has no explanation.
Okay, so when you see accident, right? One is here, one is there, one is on top, one is this. So each one sees in different.
And I have my way.
Huh?
I also have my way. So why can't we have our way to explain?
Because,
He can have his way. I can have my way.
I should just get. I need smicha.
No,
and
but
then I need
way-
to get
Facts.
smicha. And then I
Moshe.
can make my
Moshe
own
is
rules.
denying facts. There's difference
Your
between
way
denying
is Mr. Stevie Wonder way. Blind.
facts. No, he's not blind.
No, I'm not blind.
Moshe's not blind.
I'm
I'm
very
sorry.
I'm
No.
the blind one, guys.
Not
I'm
blind
the-
one.
Moshe's not blind.
You didn't see the accident and say, yes.
Hey, Moshe was part of the accident.
It's you.
Me and Moshe were in the accident, Abba.
I can see.
Guys, we're gonna continue this next week.
Yeah,
We'll do a
we'll
part
do
two
it.
next
Part
week.
two?
Yeah, why not? We're having
I'm
conversation, man.
having a good time.
We'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
Part 2 next week.
Love you all. Love you guys.
Shit, man. Dude, you know why I'm doing this? Because people really, your questions, my questions, people ask it, and Manny, I have.
Josh, can you go get that stuff for me? I have to give it to him. I have to go over.
Great time.